俺はダンク。
Am I here? Oh my god, did the... wait, did that even do the thing it was supposed to? Hold on, wait, why did it... Wait, hold on, wait. Oh, wait, did it... Wait, is this working? Wait, why am I not moving? Why am I not moving? Hello? Wait, this is working perfectly fine up until this moment. What do you mean I'm not moving? Wait, can you guys hear me? Yeah, you guys can hear me. Why is this not moving? Hello? This is working perfectly fine up until now. What is this shit? Okay, hold on. I've learned puppetry. So, you know, it doesn't look like my lips are moving, but something else is talking in the room. You just don't understand it. Listen, stop. Why is this not working? Hello. Why? Wait. Wait, is it working? I don't even know anymore. Give me 1 second. Hold on. What is this witchcraft? Oh my god, why is there... Wait, why is there two... Wait. Why is there 2 of them? Wait, what just happened? Wait. Wait, why are there 2? What was it? What? Okay. Everything is dying. Give me a moment. Listen, I'm here. There you go. Why is there 2 of me, though? There should not be 2 of me. Why is there 2? Where's the second one coming from? What? They're both tied to one model. How is that possible? Wait. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. I'll fix everything. Okay, it is looking for both of these things. Oh, because they don't match the same name, I need both the windows up. Okay. I have a really dumb setup to get the thing working the way I need it to right now. And so if I don't have one thing open, I will appear twice. I understand now. I understand. Listen, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the double Borg. We'll fix everything here. Okay. Okay. This scene, you will be this, and you will say this, and then everything will work. Why? Okay. Why did that not work? Hold on. Why are you not working now? You had no problems beforehand, and now you have all the problems in the world. Stop. Stop. Okay. This is beautiful. Listen. Calm down. Relax. I got this. Keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all times. There. There. There, we're fixed. I don't know why I had to do the thing that I had to do, but I had to do it. You know I had to do it to him. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Window title must match. And window title must match. There we go. We'll set it like that. And then I never have to worry about it again. Hello! No technical issues here. None. Let me turn this down a bit. Hello, everybody. It has been a whole year since I last saw you. Well, that's not true. That's actually not true. I streamed on book club night, which was a couple days ago. But for some of you, it's been a whole year. For some of you, it's been a whole year. Some of you were not there. Let's say hi to some people. Let's say hi to, hello to Andy. Nia Bacon showed up, claimed first, said, "Get fucked, idiot." Andy, are you still here, or did you just claim first and then leave? Because I know you do that sometimes. I don't know if you're still here. If you're still here, congrats, you did it, gamer. And okay, guy, thank you so much for the follow. Dat Boy's also here. How's it going? Amidst. Oh my god, the Amidst None. Holy shit, how's it going? Okay, yeah, what is this witchcraft? What the fuck just happened to the body? Listen, I can phase in and out of existence now. I don't know if you knew this. So the reason why a lot of that happens, I have a very dumb setup right now for my guy here in its current state, because I want to have this little effect. Well, 2 things. 1, I don't want to have to be in a Discord call in order to do things. Because previously, I had to be in a Discord call and have that reactive Fugi thing to be able to do my PNG tuber things. I didn't like that restriction for this. And so I'm now using a program that allows me to not do that, which is VideoTube. I think that's how you say it. VideoTube Mini. Now, however, I also wanted the effect of having the present separate, so that I can add a little, like, floating effect to it. I could also move around, technically, if I want to. It's kind of annoying to do it, though, because I have the model, the 2 models not as, like, a group. I have them as a separate scene. So if I want to actually make changes to that scene, I have to, like, go into studio mode, then open that scene, Then I can unlock the present, and then I can move it around like this. Oh my god, it's floating around. Oh my god, it's phasing out of existence. Oh no. Like, things like that. I have to hit undo now, and it may break everything when I do this. I hope it doesn't. Okay, we're good. That was like performing surgery just now. But don't worry, I'm a professional. You might be hearing a phone ringing in the background, and if you do, no you don't. No you don't. You don't hear it. It's not happening. Ho ho ho, how has everybody been at the start of the new year? We're 5 days into the new year. How much have you guys accomplished so far? What are your resolutions? What are your dreams, goals, ambitions, everything? Tell me everything. Did you guys have nice holidays? Cringe, that joke is not based. I don't even know what joke you were referring to. That was like 3 minutes ago. I haven't been here ever since you guys were boxing on the fighting game. To get more fit than I already am. Oh, your resolution is to get more fit. Okay, okay. Boxing on the fighting game. That was probably the Umineko Gold fighting game, right? Probably. I'm assuming. But yeah, so I have right now, for the PNG YouTuber thing, the reason why everything went haywire is every time I want to set up for the stream now to get my PNG YouTuber guy and the present effect that I want, I have to open up the program twice, set one screen to be the present, change the name of the program on that window to say present, and the other one is the base, and then it says base. So I am quite literally based. That is just how this works. But I have to have the program open twice to make it work. I've been trying recently to get a similar setup working just in VTube Studio, which would make my life a whole lot easier and prepare for future modeled memes. Problem is that I can get... it is a lot more annoying than I thought to try to get a PNG YouTuber to work in the VTube Studio with the same desired effects that I want. Like, I want the similar, when I speak, it bounces me up only for the initial step of talking, and then, like, the mouth is open. I need to, like, the mouth open and close, that's not hard to do. It's the bounce effect that's a little more annoying. And then I do also want the present separate, so that I can do things like this floating effect with it. So these are annoying complications with that right now on the back end of getting that kind of thing working. Trying to get it working so that, it, like, when I talk, it'll, like, bounce it up and down is weird, because I had to open up, like, a live 2D program to try to code that in for a PNG tuber model, which feels weird, and, like, I shouldn't have to do all this steps in order to get it to work in VTube Studio. But I also can't find a way to get it to work in VTube Studio by itself. So, yeah. Yeah. I just want to recreate the effect where when I talk, it bounces me the first time and then doesn't bounce me again until it, like, closes the mouth. Like, there you didn't, like, the mouth might have been closed for a second, but it was closed, like, briefly enough that it was able to jump up again. I don't want it to be jumping me up and down as I talk, which seems to be every tutorial in the world for getting a PNG tuber to work in, like, VTube Studio. They all just have it so that you're, like, moving all around up and down or whatever as you're, like, talking, like, nonstop. And I don't need it to be that crazy for right now. I don't want it to be that crazy right now. Okay, I don't need to be inflating and deflating with every syllable I pronounce. I just want a little bounce. Hopefully, we'll be getting the model reference sheet done later this month. It'll be great. It'll be great. You'll notice as well, I don't have the text-to-speech on. That's because I don't want to be... Maybe I'll turn it back on later, but I don't really want to be listening to, like, text-to-speech, like sentences that just keep going on and on and on or whatever while I'm trying to do art. I don't want it to, like, break my concentration with this kind of stuff. I'm drawing with you because I want to paint more this year. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. We got to get those hours in. I have resolved myself to do... Did I say 500? 400 hours? Whoa, hold on. Let me open my thing. It's like a large number of hours for art. Yeah, we said 500 hours of art practice. 500 hours of art and 200 hours of Japanese practice. There may be times later on where I am going to crack open Wanikani and do our things. I've been keeping up with my Wanikanis a lot better lately than I was last year. Well, towards the end of last year, at least. And so every couple hours, I'm checking to see what we currently have. At 6 p.m., I'm supposed to get 8 more that I have to review. 7 p.m., I'm supposed to get 50, so I probably won't actually check it until 7. And then 9, I get like 37 more. So probably either like 7 or 9. So like later tonight, I'll check that out. We're probably only going to be streaming until 8 o'clock my time, which would be about like 3.5 hours. Because we're watching Steins Gate 0, I believe, tonight, right? That's still on the plan for tonight, right? I think? Steins Gate 0? For the Takako Anime Club? I believe so. So unless something happens with that, we'll be going on for here at least till 3.5 hours. If something does happen and we end up canceling that for tonight or pushing that back to some other night or whatever for the Steins Gate 0 thing, then I'll stream longer probably. There may be a pause at some point in an hour or so to grab some food. But I will still be here. I'll just be eating. Chappa took the TISM test last year and they said I'm normal. Guess I'm just needy and a nerd. What can you do? What can you do? Nothing to be done. Can't be helped. You gotta lock in. You gotta lock in amidst. You gotta lock in. You gotta lock in this year with our art practice. Dat Boy says you're also here drawing. I'm glad. I'm glad everybody's here to draw. I'm glad we're all here to draw. I do not have a draw pile planned for today. Perhaps later tonight. So for now, we'll just be doing our own individual things. Now, when I said I wanted to do 500 hours of art practice this year, we do not plan for this to just be 500 mindless hours, right? We have to have a method of proper learning with this kind of stuff. There's going to be a lot more art stream memes, by the way, in order to try to better ourselves in this goal. And to get more used to that kind of stuff in general. So, here's the plan that I have for today. I want to discuss general methods of what kind of things we should be planning for our practice stuff, and what general things, like, you know, certain things will probably get their own regularly scheduled streams. Some of them will be like, we'll be streaming art, but we'll have like a method to like the general things that we want to do. Like, this is like pose practicing, this is like perspective memes, this is like color theory memes, like, I don't know. And some of that will be like looking up and reading about things or watching videos related to these things. Others will be just doing it in practice based on the knowledge that we've already obtained. And to set up with this, obviously you got to start with some basic fundamental stuff. So we'll be doing some fundamental things. The main thing that I think we're going to try with a lot today is the Drawbox website resource, which I've been screamed at by everybody and Reddit that this is like the place to grind for like a lot of really good fundamental mindset stuff when it comes to art. So we're going to go through some of the Drawbox lessons that they got on there. I also want to do times where I have a lot of art that I'll either retweet on Twitter or I'll save on my phone because I really, 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 really like the art piece. And I want to recreate or understand why I enjoy what I like about that art piece so that I can implement that thing myself. So there will be times where we'll take somebody's existing artwork and we will analyze, using the concepts that we learn in practice, we'll try to analyze like what that current art piece is like doing, what it's like implementing that we enjoy, what we can learn from it, and then we'll try to apply it to like our own little thing. Not exactly copying it or like even really using it for reference, which, I mean, we could do that a little bit, but for the most part, we want to take the concepts and apply them to a completely different work and improve ourselves through that too, I think. So we got plans within plans within plans within plans within plans within plans. Art. Yes. Okay, what is this? So, chap, may I ask what your goal is? Like, what does you being an art master look like? You drawing characters, designing, or background stuff? I would like to... I've been trying to grapple with that question because it's kind of a tough question. I feel like that's also a big part of people's art journeys is, like, trying to figure out what they want to get out of it later on. One is, I want to be able to have a general idea of something in my head and know the proper steps to execute it art-wise in a way that, like, will not have me take months to do, and I will be satisfied with it. For, like, executing an idea in my head and putting it to paper. It does not have to be incredible, it doesn't have to be amazing, but that's the one step that I want. I want to know the proper ways to do it in a way that I'm satisfied with how it looks. Satisfied with it enough to be, like, hot shit about it, I think. Further on, expounded upon that is those amazing looking Illustrator like accounts that I see on Twitter that like just post these really cool creative artworks of like specific things, like characters or whatever. I want to be able to get to like that kind of level. I don't really need like, I mean, I'm gonna be posting them onto social media stuff, of course, but I'm not like looking to become the next Twitter art person or whatever. I want to reach a very good level, in my view, based upon these works, to be able to make works that I enjoy on a similar level, if this makes sense. I don't know. Fun fact about anatomy, your wrist is as long as your foot. Is this true? God damn. God damn. I don't know. I also want to be able to draw... I have a lot of, like, dumb, funny idea meme art in my head that I would like to execute, but I also have very nice art that I would also like to execute. And I mean, for some of these, I could, like, request somebody else do them, but I also want to try... I want to get good at executing them myself, I guess. I want to get good. Like, the bone is as big as the entire foot? I have no idea. Adapo is the one with the facts here, not me. I don't know shit about anything about anatomy yet. I don't even know what the organs are. I don't know how many there are. Or how many bones. I don't know anything about organs, bones, memes, dreams, anything in betweens. I don't even know how to read. It's amazing I host a book club. It's amazing. Now I do have the art, I do have the tablet set up. The tablet is here. And I do also have a way for you guys to see me drawing on the tablet, my hand cam. That should all be there. I worded it wrong. Your forearm is? Oh, okay, okay. I'm stupid. I forget my shit all the time. I don't even know where I am. I just don't know. I don't know anything. All right, let's get right into the news. How do we want to do this? Okay, okay, chap. Yeah, I'm just wondering because I do a lot of art breakdowns for animation school. Was wondering if you had any specific stuff you want to learn. Oh, right now, what I want to get better at specifically with my art stuff is I don't understand how to make shading not look like shit. Like shadows, shadow placement. I feel like I'm dog shit at shadow placement. I feel like I don't understand how to, like I had the last time I streamed arts, we had a friend of the stream, Stony, come in, and she was giving me art tips, art advice. And one of the things that she kept mentioning, which has been sticking with me because it's been helpful, was too much. You're doing too much. You're trying to make it look better by applying too much. I mean, she didn't say it in that many words, but she just kept saying too much when I was trying to do certain things when it comes to the placement of the shadows, which I mean, she was right. It was unnecessary. It was making it look worse by trying to do more when I didn't fully understand the concepts, I think. So I want to get better at that. I want to get better at understanding how light works and how to make it like look better. That's one major thing. The other one is, I feel like when I draw faces, the general shape of it, I always fuck up on, and I don't know why. I don't understand why. Now, to be clear as well, my general goal is to get into an anime style art thing. Although everybody and their mother tells me don't start off by learning anime style. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not. If that, I don't know. From what I understand, many places and people seem to say you focus on general art fundamentals and actual human anatomy, and then you can get into like the rules for how anime manipulates that in order to achieve a certain style. So general things like that. But I feel like when every time I draw a face, it feels like it's like not flattened, but like squished in weird ways. So, like, for instance, let me see if I can find an example here. An example, recent work that I've done where it feels off. And many of these are because I'll start these late at night and then I'll just wrap it up close to when I'm going to bed. And then I don't work on some of them again the next day because I just want to work on a different thing. Okay, this one I think is a good example of one. I don't know if it's necessarily... Hold on, let me throw it on here. So this is one that I did of a Takuko. Okay. This is the OL version of Takuko. And I think my problem... Look at the face, okay? Look at the face here. I don't know if it's the general shape of the face or if it's how I've drawn the eyes and that they're not supposed to be drawn like that, but it feels off. It feels off. It feels off. Or maybe it's like the hair. Maybe it's the hair. I don't know. Something about this, it don't feel right. And I feel like whatever I'm getting wrong with this general thing is a thing that I get wrong with a lot of general things with different arts of characters that I do. I feel like something is slightly off with it, and I don't understand why right off the bat. Let me see if I can find another example here. This was one that I did that I was like really proud of. This was like I did this based off of because I just wanted to get good at the shadow placements for like one thing. And so I mean I still think it's kind of weird in some areas, but I think overall it looked a lot better than some of the last attempts. So this one I took based on a reference image of like an actual person with her hands out to a camera. I don't think that, yeah, no, her face and hair were not even remotely close to what this is. This is just like the anime style thing of it. But I was trying to just apply some stuff, and I think I did well when it came with like the shadows on the clothes to simulate that there's light there. I don't know why I put light. Oh wait, you can't see my cursor right now. I'm sorry. You can't see my cursor, but I'm hovering over like the areas of the clothes where the shadows are, and I don't understand why I put as much light as I did in the center. I think I wanted to indicate her chest, I guess, but it doesn't feel like it's supposed to look like that. So there's still room for improvement. There's still room. Is it cool if I send some of my own studies your way? Sure, go right ahead. Any resources are appreciated. We have an art channel in the Discord. We also have the Big Brain channel in the Discord. Either of which you are more than welcome to send. Everybody is more than welcome to send any and all resources we have towards this stuff, either in art or Big Brain. Either way works. Or you can DM me, whatever. Whatever you guys want to do. I start with anime and just learn along the way. Hey, that's fine. I have my own take that might differ, but I probably would have to word it next time we hang out. Okay. That was pretty good. I understand what you're saying, but some of it's looking weird. Yeah. Here's a couple other examples. This one, this took me a while to get done, but I like how it turned out overall. This is Digishell. There are, again, some areas that I feel like it's kind of awkward, but overall, I feel like it's much better than a lot of my other works. And this is partially because I think I worked on this for like 2 weeks. Not the entirety of the 2 weeks, of course, but like overall it took 2 weeks. So what else do we have here? Yeah, this is the one where Stony was in chat and was like, okay, try to do shading, make it like all dark, and then like just only do like a little bit in areas. I kept trying to do like, oh, what, like this area, what if this thing has like a thing? And Stony was just like, too much. It's too much. It's too much. And it was. And it was. Just keep it simple. Make the light work. Just keep it simple. And it looks better. So I've been trying to get better at recreating that. I think from last year, I mean, the ones that I think look the best are the ones where I was using actual manga art as a reference. I wasn't like... And I don't think that's great, though. So, like, this looks nice. And then... This looks... Oh, this is huge. Ah! I hate OBS. Dude, I hate OBS. I hate OBS. Why? Why do you do this, OBS? Just... Okay. I like how this looks. I like how that looks. Like, this one is also going to be big, and now I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to right-click transform, and we are going to fit to screen, which is Control F. There you go. And then, what's the other one? Oh, this one. Control, transform, fit to screen, Control F. There you go. These are all girls from Idol Idol Story. It's a manga by Shotaro Tokuno, the creator of New Game. It's very great. And then this one, Control F. Or not Control F. That is the question. There you go. So, like, all of these, I think, were, like, some of the best looking ones. But that's only really because these are based off of... Oh, why did my mouth stop moving again? Hello? Why did my mouth stop moving again? Okay, give me 1 second. Why would you stop? Why did it stop? Don't stop. Hey. Okay. I'm going to close it. Open it again. I'm going to disappear for a moment. And then I will reappear. There we go. I don't know why it keeps doing that now. I have to look into that. That's not supposed to happen. I do. Well, so here's the problem. Because you say you benefit the most with references. The problem is these are references of manga pages already done. Like these are like panels from the manga themselves in various ways, and then I've tried to like recreate them. Like obviously not tracing at all, just using them as reference and trying to recreate what's going on there. Here's the issue with that. The issue with that is it doesn't work as well when I use references of actual people. So let's say, for instance, it looks more awkward when I try to use references of actual people, I think. Like the Takako one. The Takako one. Not this one. Not this one. This one. This one was based on a real photo of an office lady who was, like, leaning against the thing outside. And I feel like many parts of the pose feel awkward as shit as a result of me not understanding fully the best way to take real references and turn them into 2D. I don't fully grasp a proper way to do that yet, I think. I feel like this was an older version of the Digi one. And I think this is also a case of I didn't understand how to do that there either. So, like, these things are, like, we gotta learn with that. We gotta learn. So, like, using the references, like, they can help. I think I did, oh yeah, I did it, like, a couple eye drawings. Like, I did well with these are eyes, I think also from Idle Store. I think these are, like, a couple eyes that Mimi made. And, like, I can make those work, but, like, again, this is existing 2D art that I'm essentially drawing by reference. And I don't think that that's going to help me overall in the long term. Using existing drawn art as reference. I can, like, learn how they drew certain things in certain ways, I guess, but when I go to try to use references of actual things, I seem to struggle. I seem to struggle in areas. What are other areas? Oh, I think this is another one. So this isn't to say I shouldn't use 2D references or whatever. This is to say that, like, I seem to have a problem when it comes to... So, like, here's an example, right? The left was a 2D reference. The right was like a real-life photo reference. Do you see my issue here? Do you see it? There's a big discrepancy, I think. There's a big discrepancy in how I can get these things to work. Oh, wait, I think a better example is one I did the other night. This is another photo reference. This is supposed to be, what would you call them? A flight attendant who was sitting on a seat. I just changed, like, the outfit a little bit, I think, and her general look. And there are several things about this that I think feel awkward. And I don't know. I don't know. This was another one? I think I changed her hair drastically. Whatever reference I took this from. But yeah. So we got work to do. We got work to do. Let me remove all the images that I just put onto the thing right now. We don't need them. Get them out of here. Oh, you know what I just realized? I just realized we have not actually switched over to the art view. Or the tablet view. Okay, you guys got to see that we are actually here to get shit done. You got to see that we are here to get shit done. Is it this? This. Hello. Hello, you have the Clip Studio Paint, my drawing tablet, and you can see my hand cam. Oh my god, you can actually see me. We got our glove and everything. Okay. We're ready to go. Ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hello? Is that's not how you... What am I even doing? X D. There you go. Where's my music? I need not that music. I need the old weighted music we used to have. There we go. I have, when I'm not streaming, I have a playlist of very specific songs I listen to when I do art that I really enjoy. I cannot listen to them on stream though, because then copyright memes. Technically, I can, and I just could take them out when I upload the VOD, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. Now, Drawbox, we're going to be reading the lessons of it, and I got to see, do I have a way to show my desktop properly? I do. Where does it show? It is underneath the tablet. Great. Based. Okay. Alright, this is what we got here. We got the Drawbox lesson stuff. Let's read some stuff. Changing your mindset. Lesson 0 getting started. Play is not inherently fun. This page explores a very common problem amongst students, focused on short-term benefits, having a drawing you're working on right now turn out well, which simply does not matter for a beginner, and the long-term benefits of being bold, willing to explore and experiment, and discovering all there is to enjoy about drawing aside from obsessing over the end result. When going through this material, remember, play and fun are not the same thing. Play can be fun, but only when you allow it to be, and that is an ability most students have lost, and must go through the frustrating process of developing again. As many students are confused by this and how it applies to the 50% rule we introduced below, this page also features a dedicated frequently asked questions section with answers to most common problems. Okay. Alright. Okay. Hardest thing you'll ever do. Wait, is there... Wait.
And questions. The hardest thing you'll ever do.
What?
All of you are here because of one central desire.
Is this like a TikTok TTS thing? What is this?
And questions. The hardest thing you'll...
What is that? What is that? What is that? Hold on a second. Okay.
And questions. The hardest thing you'll...
Oh, it's like ending this thing. It was like reading that stuff, and then it goes to this. Okay.
ever do. All of you are here because of one central desire. You want to get better at art.
Sure.
As such, your focus falls squarely on one thing, your drawings.
Yeah.
But your drawings are just one part of what it means to draw. They're just the end result, and while right now to you that's the most important, I propose an alternative view. The end result is getting in your way. Our entirely natural obsession with drawing things that look good, to impress...
What? The end is getting in your way. Which is...
the most important, I propose an alternative view. The end result is getting in your way. Our entire...
Is there a space? Why didn't I read the dot?
entirely natural obsession with drawing things that look good, to impress ourselves, to impress those around us, and to impress people on the other side of the planet whom you've never met, is above all else what holds us back. It stresses us out, and puts us into a state of creative paralysis. It pushes us to focus on nothing but...
I can't. I tried listening to the TTS thing. Okay, I can't listen to the TTS thing. I can't do it. It can't be done. Can't be done. Can't be done. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, want to get better at art. Focus falls squarely on one thing. Drawings. Your drawings are just one part of it. What it means to draw. End results. Okay. All this stuff. Wait, hold on. All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Oh, there we go. Is my mic working now? There it is. We're back. We are so back. Or are we? Wait, maybe we're not back. Are we back? Or are we not back? Where are you right now? How much does a Wolf Casso go for at auction? More $1 billion? Or like 20 chicken McNuggets? Like one or the other. Probably. Okay, our entire natural obsession with drawing things that look good to impress others, to impress ourselves, to impress those around us, to impress people on the other side of the planet whom you never met, is above all else what holds us back. It stresses us. Okay. Okay. Creative paralysis. Okay. Okay. Can we... It pushes us to focus on nothing but practice, on training, on exercises, and leaves us drained. Listen. Worst of all, it makes us fear doing precisely the things... I don't really have the problem of I'm too drained to want to do. That's not really my issue here. Stop. If I have a nickel for every student declared I can't draw that. It's such a common statement, but it really means I can't draw that well right now. So what reason do I have to try? Okay. Or more poignantly, to try would be a waste of my time. And for this, I blame traditional academics. School makes us terrified. Okay, I don't... Should I just skip lesson 0? It's just... Yeah, it's just mindset stuff. 50% rule. In the video... Was I supposed to watch a video? If I take the time to draw just for the hell... Oh, wait. Hold on. It's about balance. Here we go. There's one thing to take away from you in the video, but... Am I supposed to watch the video every time? 20-minute video. There you go.
I was talking to Scylla, the one editing this video, not long ago.
This is part 3. This says part 3. Am I supposed to be on part 3? It says part 1. It says part 1. Where?
And she said something that captured the spirit of this video very concisely. She said, remove the word success from your vocabulary. You don't know how to use it right now.
Any promising shows from last night's stream? From the anime seasonals, the Okinawa girls one was pretty cute. Medalist was promising. And no, it's all mid. It's all mid. No, I liked Ave Mujika. I don't really know if anybody else did. I liked it. I liked Ave Mujika. It was nice. And then the Okinawa girl one, that was a very interesting one. And Medalist seemed like it's going to be pretty cool. So, there you go. There's your reviews.
Success.
All the others were probably
mid. It's such a lofty word. And it's a word we seem to learn in whatever language before anything else. The moment you picked up this course, which promised to teach you the core fundamentals of drawing, you probably had notions of success in your mind. Success at drawing all the things you've held inside for so long. Or perhaps success at finding those ideas within yourself, feeling otherwise empty and devoid of creativity at this moment. We all want to succeed, and conversely, we all hate to fail. Perhaps it's a normal, natural human problem, or perhaps it's something we're conditioned. Before we really dig into that, let's ask ourselves a simple question. If and when we become as skilled as we could possibly dream, what would we spend our time drawing? Some people will be able to answer this quickly, while others may struggle, thinking that they don't actually have any ideas at all, that their brains are just...
I want to draw anime girls.
Empty. In my experience, both in having been such a person and in speaking to others, this isn't actually likely. Some of us are just hyper-efficient at filtering our thoughts. We'll try to come up with ideas, but instead of simply accepting an idea for what it is, we immediately start to consider whether it's a good idea, or if we with our current...
Derek sitting here like, actually I'm amazing next week. Listen, I don't need to be told what my idea of success is.
Skills
okay, please.
would be able to pull it off. And if we don't consider ourselves to be ready, we come to a single motivation-crushing conclusion. I can't draw that. Like someone is going to bust through your wall and punish you for ever having tried. You can't. Maybe one day, but not now. But why not now? Shame? Embarrassment? Over what? We are the ones bringing this to the table. We are the ones putting this undue pressure, this weight on our shoulders. There's no one else. No third party who's going to chastise you for it. If you even decide to post your attempt online, which is entirely your choice, the worst that'll happen is that people will ignore it. No one will be angry or disappointed because the truth is, no one
again,
actually
I don't have
cares.
this problem.
In Drawbox, this isn't just some empty platitude or nicety to keep you warm on a cold night. In fact, it's something that students truly loathe, especially early on. In Drawbox, we don't simply encourage you to throw yourself into drawing things that are well beyond your skill level. We demand it. We've even given it a name. It's called the 50% rule, and you're probably going to hate it. The 50% rule is simple. For every minute you spend working on learning to improve your drawing skills, through courses, exercises, studies, tutorials, and so on, you must spend an equal measure of time on drawing purely for the sake of drawing. Now, a lot of you will have the immediate response of, oh, hell no, I'm a beginner. I can't draw anything.
Does it work the other way around, too? If you draw just for the sake of it, you have to devote equal amount of time to something else?
Maybe I'll do this after I've gotten somewhere with the course itself. I've heard it a million times, and it comes from a place of fear. Fear that, like I've already mentioned, we'll be judged or shamed or embarrassed. Fear that the end result will make us look
Only
like,
if you care about
beginners?
improving.
Since when was that a bad thing? Then there are those among you who will focus on what you get out of it. It is fairly normal for students to think of this as a waste of time, but I'll explain in a moment why it's so valuable. While everyone is certainly a little different, and there are some among you who will happily follow the rule without issue, they are in the minority. There is, however, one thing everyone who's taking this course shares. They'd like for their drawings to be better. They'd like to improve. Whether it's to please themselves, to impress others, or to work towards a career, no matter the reason, they're here for the same core goal, to draw better.
Yeah, sure.
The 50% rule asks you to, half the time, forget about getting better. Forget about being good. To focus only on the act of drawing, of playing, as though the page is going straight into a shredder when you're done. This will be frustrating at first, and you will hate it. But over time, if you stop fighting it, it will get easier. It will become enjoyable, eventually. And this is what will get you through this course, and every course thereafter.
Is he supposed to be drawing, like, a monkey and a banana, or is this supposed to be like a goblin with a tie on? What is this?
A number of reasons why the 50% rule is important. Firstly, the 50% rule wasn't around the whole time. Drawbox is a course that is constantly evolving based on what I've learned about, well, how other people learn. I'm no fancy professor with a master's degree in learning sciences. I'm a self-taught instructor who's learned by doing. So, one problem I saw my students encountering was that after they'd go through the whole course, they'd have developed a great deal of technical skill. But when it came to drawing the things they actually cared about, cool vehicles, engaging characters, complex settings, and interesting scenes, they were still afraid. And that fear caused them to overthink, which in turn resulted in drawings that made them look far less capable than they were within the comforting confines of the course material. The reason for this simply comes down to the fact that everything is a skill. Even understanding how to take the tools you have at your disposal, that courses like Drawbox arm you with, and to apply them to a specific problem or towards a certain goal is itself a skill. And it's one that will inevitably go underdeveloped if all we do is focus on the courses to hold our hands. Play is important. It's something children do really well, because they're not so afraid of being judged. But as we grow, we forget how. Furthermore, and this is important, it becomes a lot harder to learn how to play when you've developed the technical skill and the expectations that come along with it. As a beginner, there are still some barriers of expectation, but it's far easier to remind yourself of the simple fact that you are a beginner, and that any such expectations are utterly ridiculous. After you've spent 6 months, or a year, or 2, learning the fundamentals though, if you find yourself still struggling to apply those skills to the things that are actually truly important to you, you might just throw everything in the garbage and quit. Of course, even those people can learn to play, but it will save you a lot of pain to get through the hard stuff now, and trust me, even in the face of some of the grueling. Secondly, it helps us learn and process the information that we absorb through the lessons. In learning, there is time spent actually studying, doing exercises, reading instructional books, and so on. We'll call this the positive space of learning, the real meat of it. And then, on the flip side of the same coin, there is the negative space, that is, the time in between, which we spend on pretty much everything that isn't active learning. This includes things like eating, sleeping, watching TV, reading fiction, hanging out with friends, or playing video games. Traditional academics, and really anything that puts a lot of focus on achievement and ambition, focuses heavily on the positive space of learning. And in doing so, it makes us ignore and even reject the clear benefits of the other side. Taking breaks, pushing our brain to focus on other things, playing, and sleeping are incredibly important for the simple reason that our brain needs time to process and assess what we've learned. It cannot do this while continually taking in yet more new information. Those who cram for exams, rather than pacing themselves and spreading things out, encounter this frequently. In order to learn optimally, we must seek balance. Balance between work and play. Not only does it help make learning more efficient, it also helps us focus better during the periods of active learning. It's common for students to get bored and distracted when forced to study and work for too long, and this can result in aimless doodling on the side. While doodling isn't inherently bad, as a lot of people doodle while listening to lectures and find that it helps them absorb the material better, it does, however, impact how carefully a student might complete a drawing exercise, as it pulls away some of the cognitive resources we need to be using in order to complete the work to the best of our current capacity. By creating clearly delineated times for work and for play, we are able to burn off that nervous energy, so we can focus our cognitive resources singularly on the task at hand when it's time to work. To that point, and this will be relevant to efficient. Firstly, it'll help you develop the skills that do need to be developed at some point, and doing it now will help you avoid some stinging disappointment later on. Second, the downtime spent on things other than active learning, preferably in a more relaxing fashion, will help you process the things that you've learned and absorb them more fully. Arguably, there are many ways to do this, though it does help if you're actually drawing things at the same time. And third, cleanly separating work and play allows us to do each whole.
Okay, I get it. Stop. Just stop. I don't like lesson 0. I don't think I like lesson 0. The main thing I got out of this is just you will be doing, like, whatever amount of time you spend learning things, you have to also spend the same amount of time just doing fun shit and applying the stuff that you learn. Good luck. Good luck. That's fine. I get it. I don't need you to preach to me about my life. Please. I'm good. I can do this. The 50% rule... Wait, hold on. Where's the music? Where's my music? There you go. 50% rule, which we introduced in the video above, explained further in the material, is not about having fun. It's about making drawing something you can eventually enjoy. Okay, fine. As in spite of what academics has done to us. Jesus, okay. Most of you probably thought or said out loud, I don't know what to draw, or I don't have any ideas. Well, this is undoubtedly how it feels. I guarantee you that the likelihood you have no ideas floating around your head is pretty slim. Ideas are a dime a dozen, but the kind of ideas I'm talking about aren't fleshed out or developed. They're vague and undefined. They're so insubstantial that we regard them as nothing at all. A rounding your... Okay, please. I did... Okay. Okay, drawing prompts. For those of you who are struggling to come up with things to draw, we actually have a tool. Okay, fine. Failure is a beginner's job. Okay, I understand. I'm not ready to draw that. This is an extremely common statement I hear from students whenever we ask to draw the hell of it. Usually goes something like this. I don't know what to draw. Well, what would you draw if you had all the skill in the world? I'd draw X, but I'm not ready to draw that now. Beginners, in that they are exactly that. Beginners don't have any understanding of the wealth of concepts involved in drawing, nor should they, but they are frequently quick and declarative in insisting that they can't do something, or that they simply aren't ready. Here's the thing, when you say or think that, what you really mean is, I'm not ready to draw this in a way that I won't find embarrassing because I'm going to I mean, that's... I mean, is it inaccurate, or... Because it's probably true, though. Here you'll find some drawings of cars when I was younger. I was ready to draw them, and so are you. Okay. Now that, like, this kind of mindset wouldn't stop me from trying it anyways. This is why I'm just, like, skipping a lot of this stuff. I'm just like, okay, I'm fine. I can do this, okay? I'm not like the others, okay? I'm built different. Finally, this brings us to why it's relevant to you. Everyone following the course is expected to abide by what we call the 50% rule, which you had referenced it earlier here before you actually referenced here, so that's nice. Every time spent drawing can be used for study. Okay, I understand. Okay, fine. This is a rule. If you wish to follow this course as intended, you must make every effort to hold to the spirit of it. Okay, that's fine. Shouldn't I be trying to apply the techniques from Drawbox while working on the 50% rule? No, draw in whatever way feels most comfortable to you. Drawbox is designed to have you drawing so much that you will have plenty of mileage to take the lessons and push them down into your subconscious. Do I have to do my 50% rule in pen? Oh, this is the other thing about this site. It wants me to do everything pen to paper in real life. I mean, the goal of it is just so that you can't undo. So we can still do it all digitally, we just can't undo, I think. And we have to make sure we have, like, pen pressure applied and stuff like that. As long as we do that, we can, I think, just follow this thing. Can I use references to the 50% rule time? Like everything else with this rule, it comes back to your intent. Are you reaching for a reference because you're afraid of drawing something inaccurately or wrong? If the motivation behind it is fear, then no, face your fear, draw it without reference. If, however, you wouldn't have any issue drawing without the reference, and you were just looking to have more tools that you're supposed to play with, then go for it. To make sure that what you're drawing is not in its entirety just a copy of a reference image. I think this is my problem when it comes to the manga reference image stuff. That would be a study. It would fall into the study portion. Oh, that's your problem with it? Oh, never mind. Never mind. That would take it with study. It's not fun. That's study. Okay. What if I have fun studying? Did you ever factor that into your 50% rule? Did you factor that in? I bet you didn't. Good strategy is to first roughly sketch out your idea without reference. So you're forced to make all the decisions as to what goes where, how it's laid out, and so forth. Then, using this sketch, find suitable reference and then redraw it. Okay, that seems reasonable. This will help ensure that the reference itself is not deciding for you what you should be drawing. The control should be in your hands and the choice should be yours. Okay. Alright. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with using reference in general. What the 50% rule focuses on, however, is breaking down the barriers we put in our way because we're afraid, because we're anxious, and because we don't want to make more mistakes. Okay. Portfolio, I don't care. Depression and learning, I don't care. I'm fine. Alright, move on. Using this course does not work the way traditional academic school. Okay, I get you're quirky. You're not like the others. I understand. Community feedback. Studies. Students start at lesson 1. I don't care about official critique. Warm-ups. Okay, are we done with the exercise forever? Ha. Those exercises aren't going away. Whenever we complete a lesson or challenge, the exercises from that lesson go into a pool of warm-up exercises. And at the beginning of each sitting, we randomly pick 2 to 3 of those exercises to do for 10 to 15 minutes. This allows us to continue sharpening those skills and helps us to keep them sharp as we continue to move forward. After all, when we've had a lesson marked complete, that doesn't mean we've mastered the exercise. Okay. Confirmation that we're heading in the right direction. Warm-ups are incredibly important. Going to break from drawing boxes. Keep up with the drawings. 10 to 15 minutes per day is not too much. But I'll keep you from getting rusty in the interim. Okay. You don't need to do a whole page of each of the chosen exercises. Just do what you can in the time period. You can also choose a spread. Okay, whatever. Everything we recommend on instruction applies only the time you're spending working on this course and its homework. So the settings referred to are when you're working on Drawbox specifically. Okay, alright, whatever. Alright, next. Requiring recommended tools. Okay, this is where I have to understand why they're saying not to do digital, and then I do digital anyways. Why ink? Why not digital? Many of our students aspire to become digital artists. That's a goal I could certainly relate to. I myself have done all my professional work digitally, and I even spent about 10 years using digital tools to learn. I love working digitally. Here's the thing, digital tools, computers in general, exist for a singular task. To make you faster and more efficient. Digital tools will allow you to complete your task more quickly. In the context of producing work for a client or employer, this translates to more money. The less time we spend, the more... Okay, whatever. I found both in my own experience and in teaching the students that digital tools have the opposite effect when learning. Learning is not about being fast. Learning is about taking our time. And both analyzing and understanding the motivation. This is why? Bro. Okay. It's possible to learn using digital tools, but it's more of an uphill climb. It feels like you're stuck in the... I mean, they said they use it a lot, but this feels like a mindset of being stuck in the past. I don't know. It's fine. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this lesson 0 thing, but I'll just understand his other reasons for it, and then we'll apply that to our digital art restrictions. I think the main restriction that we get here is that we can't undo. I think we just can't undo is like the main one. That's why he has them use like ink and paper. Specifically the fine liner pens. Makes it much harder to draw loosely and thoughtlessly. Every action you take is plainly visible with a dark stroke on the page. This forces us to slow down and consider that what we're doing before putting those marks down. We can certainly still rush, but it very quickly becomes an unsustainable approach, forcing students to correct that behavior. Okay. Okay. Skips over a lot of little hiccups we run into when dealing with electronic hardware and software. Bro, I don't care. Depending on the tool you're using, you may have different ways in which you can vary marks you make. Some tools vary. Okay, I don't care. Listen, what do you want me to do? The pens we employ here only vary in one way, the thickness of the stroke. Okay, so then I only need so all I would need is just for it to the pen pressure to affect how big the stroke is, right? Is that essentially what they're saying? Or are they saying, like, don't have pen pressure and just only... What are we saying here? Applying less or more pressure will create a thinner or thicker stroke. Okay, so yes, this is what they want. Okay. Alright, so just don't undo. You don't get to undo. And then I could just do it digitally. That's it. Like, I don't... Size 0.5, fine liners, whatever. Keep an eye on the nibs. Oh, of course, you guys sell the pens too. I mean, naturally. Naturally. Why not pencil? Pencil allows students to sketch very lightly on the page, effectively combining the thinking and doing into one step. For specific concepts Drawbox teaches, this isn't ideal. It wants to focus on tools that force students to think first, then act. Okay. Paper, don't care. Alright, this is why we don't like lesson 0. Okay, we move on to lesson 1. Uno. Presentable video and text, I don't care. Alright. Lines, ellipses, and boxes. I don't need your quick reminders. Lines, using your arm. How do I use my arm? How do I use my arm? Nobody has ever taught me how to do this. Hold on, I'm checking something on the other monitor real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, Mr. Drawbox Video, what do you got for us this time?
There are two major types of skills that are involved in drawing. Mechanical skills, the things you physically do with your body, and analytical skills, the concepts you understand in your head. Both are addressed throughout this course, but we're going to get started by looking at the most important mechanical skill of all, how we use our arms to make marks. It sounds simple. After all, you've been using your arms to do all kinds of things throughout your whole lives. But while you're probably very familiar with the mechanics of writing, you are probably equally unaware of the other ways in which your arm can be moved and how this can impact the marks that you produce. Movement occurs from joints, like the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. And often different parts will move in concert, pivoting on multiple joints at once, without you having to think about it. If you reach out to grab a glass of water, for example, you're not thinking about every part that needs to move in order to reach your goal. You just do it. It's an instinct and it's in your muscle memory, just like walking and breathing. And while breathing is something you were more or less born to do, walking wasn't so. When you were young, you had to learn all of these skills that you now take for granted. And you did it by concentrating, by being very conscious about...
Stop. Okay. I don't need the lecture about these things, about how my life got to be this way. Tell me how I'm supposed to move my arm.
every little action you performed and every little step, you will have a much more instinctual control over how you handle your mark making. And you'll no longer have to think about how every single mark needs to go down and more about which marks you want to make. Your body will handle the rest. Depending on which pivot your arm is moving from, you can make marks that are tight and precise, like these lines from the wrist.
Yeah, from the wrist.
But quite limited in terms of how far they can really go before you start wobbling too much. And marks that flow smoothly and fluidly and maintain a consistent trajectory, like these lines from the shoulder. They aren't entirely precise, and they don't make, super tight turns like these with like on the dime precision, but their ability to maintain a smooth, consistent trajectory over a long distance and even shorter distances is extremely valuable. Both ultimately have their purposes, but because you're used to writing and are likely already familiar with drawing from your wrist.
Hey, video, stop fucking up.
And that's probably what you use for most of your marks. This course puts a lot of focus on drawing from your shoulder, so that by the time you're through, you'll be able to do so with the same level of comfort and familiarity with which you draw from your wrist already. So what does it mean to draw from your shoulder? The easiest way to demonstrate this is to step through each different joint, pinning it down in space, and trying to draw. First, the wrist. This is what we're used to doing, and we'll generally anchor our wrist in the same location as we write a particular letter. It's great for the kind of precision that writing demands, and as you can see, you're able to make really fine, specific bends and twists, like writing your letters. It's all very precise. Then you've got the elbow. In your own drawings, that is, outside of Drawbox, you're going to be using this one a lot. It'll be a little
Wait, why's my mouth still open? I'm not talking.
It's definitely easier to use than your shoulders.
Hold on. Is my audio fucked right now? Why is this thing... Okay. What is wrong with this program today? I'm not talking. And it thinks I'm talking. Stop. There we go. I don't know what's wrong with this program today. Why does it keep dying on me?
So people tend to gravitate towards it. So here, if I'm just holding my elbow in place, you can see that I can make longer strokes. And they're still remaining quite smooth. And I can execute them without too much wobbling or waviness.
Okay.
Finally, you've got the shoulder. And that's what we're going to be using for most of our marks in this course, and definitely all of those throughout this entire lesson in particular. It provides a broad sweep covering a large distance. I don't even need to hold it because that's pretty much the only pivot I've got left. And it will actually work for smaller strokes too. So let's start out with looking at just the kind of marks that you can make from your shoulder, keeping them fairly straight and smooth. And you can also maintain really nice flow for even those shorter marks. Although this is something students often struggle with. When you get caught up working in a small scale, you'll end up feeling more restricted and more limited because it will feel a little bit awkward to use your shoulder in that situation. But still, push yourself to use that shoulder even when the marks are tiny, and you'll find that your ability to make smooth flowing marks that are even that short will improve over time, and that will be a very useful tool. Now, of course, moving forward, moving forward in your own drawings, that is, you won't necessarily need to use the shoulder every time, but it's important in this course, and you're never going to be using your elbow here because the elbow is just a fairly easy alternative. And we want to make sure that you are well equipped with all your tools.
When would you use the wrist as opposed to the shoulder? Just when you don't feel like using the shoulder? Or because he makes it sound like you can just use the shoulder all the time and you should be using the shoulder all the time. And that it even works even for the tighter things. So it's not even just for
drawing from
tighter
your shoulder
strokes.
means primarily driving that motion from your shoulder joint. Your upper arm here will move noticeably. Whereas when you draw from your elbow, the upper arm would remain static. Like if I'm holding this down and trying to pivot from it, this upper arm remains still. In the past, I've talked about locking your other joints and keeping them from moving. But I think that this phrasing tends to stress people out, and some people just get so obsessed with the idea of, how do I know if I'm drawing from my shoulder and not my elbow? And it's not worth the trouble. People overthink it so much, and it just ends up being a waste of time. So instead, let's talk about just how we're driving that motion. So driving it from the shoulder, meaning that the whole arm is moving, and whether or not part of the arm is remaining frozen when it shouldn't. A common source of trouble for students is when they anchor their elbows quite heavily onto the tabletop, and this limits us from pivoting from anything but our elbow or our wrist. The upper arm simply can't move because it's just pinned down.
Okay.
Don't worry though. For those of you who rest your hand gently on the page for added stability, it's still quite a light contact and isn't quite the kind of heavy anchor that your elbow gets. So you can still do this as long as you're aware and keeping track of where you're drawing from.
I know where I'm drawing.
You may catch yourself slipping back to drawing from the wrist, but just correct yourself as you do that and always be, attentive to this sort of thing. All I want you to do whenever you make a mark is to think about how your arm is moving. try to engage that whole arm from the shoulder. Focus on flow and fluidity over accuracy. Students tend to be focused too much on being very slow and steady to be, hyper accurate, when in doing so, they lose all this fluidity and flow to their strokes. And that's something we're going to talk about in a later video. Just remember, we're focusing on the shoulder here because that is the part that people struggle with. Because it's difficult, because it's uncomfortable, we naturally gravitate away from using it, even when it's the best tool for the job. We have a natural tendency to go down the path of least resistance. And by focusing on the shoulder throughout this course, we can eliminate that resistance so that we can keep our conscious attention on what we're drawing rather than physically how when drawing our own things.
All right. Now it's 9 minutes to tell me draw from the shoulder at all times. Got it. Got it. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Where's my music? Where's my music? Oh yeah, he even has a diagram to tell us to just draw from the shoulder. The specific pivot you choose will determine the range of motion you can achieve. Moving the wrist will allow you to move across a more limited distance. It will quickly follow a very obvious arc. Moving from the elbow and even more so from the shoulder will allow you to maintain a straighter trajectory longer before the arc of motion becomes more obvious. Drawing only with your wrist, where your hand moves but the wrist remains pinned in place, this allows us to have very tight, stiff control and is good for tight details and writing. Drawing with your whole arm, where everything, including your upper arm, is moving as you draw. This is great for smooth, fluid line work, even when drawing smaller marks, because it emphasizes consistency of trajectory and minimizes erratic wobbling. So just always draw with your whole arm, especially the shoulder. Just do that. That's the lesson, right? Drawing with your whole arm is frankly difficult. It's unfamiliar and unpracticed. We've spent years writing from our wrist, and as such we end up facing more resistance, especially in beginners. It just feels tiring at times, but I'll get used to it. I'll be fine. It is for this reason that this course forces you to draw from the shoulder in most cases. Okay, I got you. Hover hand. Resting some part of your arm on the page is a pretty normal thing people do, as it provides additional support and helps us draw for longer without as much fatigue. Gently resting the side of your hand or finger on the page as you draw is fine. It will drag a little, but as long as you're aware of it and catch yourself whenever you slip back to drawing from your wrist, it'll be okay. Ad support is well worth it. Some people are familiar with the overhand grip one might use when drawing with a pencil or painting with a brush. While it is often presented as the correct grip that no one taught you, it isn't as simple as that. The grip serves a function. Pencils, for example, can be used to make marks from the tip, as well as from the sides or edges, and often you'll see artists exposing more of their pencil's lead to get more of those broad, flat sides. Using an overhand grip allows us to access those surfaces more easily while drawing. Pens, on the other hand, have just one point of contact, the tip. Just the tip. And we can vary our mark through the pressure applied to it. For this, the tripod grip type, which is basically how you hold your pen when writing, is more suitable. And it's how you should be holding your pen when drawing as well. I'm pretty sure, hold on. Let me make sure I can see the camera in real time here. This is how I typically hold it. This is how I typically hold it when I'm writing. Well, it's a little more loose, I guess. And this is how I hold it when I'm writing something. If I write my name, that's how I'm doing it. Or I guess maybe I'm usually like this, and then I'm resting my palm on the thing as I'm writing it or whatever. But okay. So is this what he's referring to when with the grip? It's got a video. Let's see in the video. The grip we're supposed to be doing here. Come on, moving along.
We don't try and use an overhand grip because in that context, we'll have poorer ink flow and will require a higher angle. So keep that in mind. To draw more from their shoulder, because you can't, with this kind of a grip, keep that in mind when buying your tools. So one thing to keep in mind is that the overhand grip is actually valuable for one other reason.
Show me the correct way that you want us to do it.
Your marks. You always need to remind yourself to draw from your shoulder. Aware of which pivot you're using to make your marks. You always need to remind yourself to draw from your shoulder. So, long story short,
how I was doing
even though there
already,
are grips that are favorable with other tools, we are just going to focus on the grip that you'd use when writing, the tripod grip. Just make sure that you are engaging your shoulder to drive the drawing motion.
Well, did I just skip too far ahead?
Pens don't have all those different sides to them. They've got a tip. And that tip can make a heavier mark if you apply more pressure.
That's how I did it, right?
And it can vary a little and get a little bit thinner.
I think maybe if I like
But,
hold my thumb
it's
down
one
more?
axis of, or one dimension of variability, I guess, is the tip and pressure. The grip that we use for writing traditionally is called a tripod grip, although there's a few different variations of this. It's really good for controlling that pressure. And so this is still the grip that we use when drawing with pens. We don't try and use an overhand grip because in that context, we can barely...
All right, fine. I understand. I got it. All right, we got it. Line making or mark making. Okay. When it comes to the marks you draw, there are 3 overarching rules. Marks should be continuous and unbroken. Marks should flow smoothly. Marks must maintain a consistent trajectory. All right. Continuous and unbroken, flow smoothly, maintain trajectory, consistent. Okay. No chicken scratching. I do chicken scratch a lot. Listen, I do that a lot. Dotted lines. I don't think I've ever done dotted lines. Okay, I don't do that shit. All right, chicken scratch. I definitely do though. Smooth, continuous, unbroken. Okay. Every line we draw must consist of a single mark. Beginners, due to their heavy reliance on drawing from the wrist, tend to make very short marks. I feel called out. When they want to achieve a longer stroke, they'll draw a lot of overlapping marks. Building that line up gradually is what is known as chicken scratching. In other cases, students may find situations where they want to represent certain lines in dotted or dashed, or whatever. Neither of these strategies should be employed during this course. Every drawing here is an exercise, and one of the overarching goals is to help you train you to be more confident and purposeful in your marks. Okay. There's a difference between what a student simply doesn't know how to make marks other than chicken scratching, or blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't care. But that is you ask you all the time. Listen. Marks must flow smoothly. Okay, that's a wobbly boy. You don't do that. You don't do the stiff wobbly boy. You do the confident, the Chad line. Smooth, confident, executed from the shoulder. More important than accuracy, the flow. We missed the dot. But the flow. Okay, it's about the flow. We want to draw our lines to be accurate. We want our lines to be smooth. These are the 2 main challenges. Beginners often prioritize accuracy first, thinking that it's more important than their lines reaching intended points. But this is incorrect. I don't know if I would say incorrect, but... The most important thing you need to focus on first is keeping your marks smooth and consistent. The reason is simple. We can generally execute pretty smooth marks now by simply changing the way in which we approach the task. If we draw as confidently as we can, without concern for where we want the line to fall, our marks will always come out smoothly, just not accurately. Smooth flow is something we achieve by the approach we employ. Accuracy, on the other hand, is something that we will improve with practice. Nail down your confident stroke now from your shoulder. As you practice it, your accuracy will catch up as well. Okay. If you do the opposite, focus on accuracy now, it will be vastly more difficult to make these marks smooth with practice. May work eventually, but I wouldn't want to wait around to find out. Okay, consistent trajectory. Single zigzag stroke nonstop. Each bump is drawn separately, built onto a smooth path. Autopilot repeated pattern. Smooth, continuous, unbroken. Is it? I see a couple. See a couple rakes. That doesn't look like that's connected. That's not connected. This bit. This isn't connected. Hello? That looks broken. That looks. It's grass. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is grass. Smooth, continuous, unbroken. Also, hello, Cronus. How's it going? When dealing with smooth... Okay, wait. There are a lot of situations where we want to capture something that has a repeating pattern. When doing so, don't attempt to capture it all at once. Instead of zigzagging back and forth and repeating the same pattern, break it up into different... You want to break it? I think you said unbroken. I think you said unbroken. Break it up into separate strokes. Each one with a single purposeful trajectory. Oh, well, if you break it up enough, then are any of them broken up? That's the real question. When dealing with a smoother wave, it's often better to start with a smooth line and build individual bumps. I'm waiting for a Windows update. Oh boy. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you enjoy. Did you do the fresh install? Build individual bumps onto it. We'll use this quite a bit in Lesson 3 when we draw the wavy edge detail on leaves. Not upgrade, update. Okay. When drawing something more jagged like fur, it's important that you purposefully design the tufts of fur. Okay. We have homework already? We have homework already, guys. Oh, God. Two filled pages of superimposed lines. Wait, what? Don't forget, do not grind. Do not rush. Read all instructions carefully. Take breaks. Okay. Two filled pages of superimposed lines. One filled page of ghosted lines. Two filled pages of ghosted planes. Okay. So superimposed lines. Superimposed lines exercise. The first one I ever learned from Peter Hahn. Blah. Don't care. Pretty straightforward, as shown here. Start out with a simple straight line with a ruler or straight edge of some sort. Now I want you to draw directly on top of that guide and repeat the stroke freehand 8 times. So 8 times. Repeat it 8 times for each one. First, try it with a relatively short line of a couple inches. Once you've done a few of those, feel more confident and double the length. And then try half the page and the full width. Stroke it longer and longer. It'll get more and more difficult. Okay, I think I remember this from the last time I had attempted a draw box. So, okay. Alright, so every exercise has a specific purpose to it. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta make sure we read everything. Gotta make sure. First try with a relatively short line, couple inches, blah, blah. Also try including some arcing lines and even some waves. Though the waves will definitely be very difficult. Purpose of the exercise. Every exercise has a specific purpose. In this case, the exercise is all about confidence. As you draw your superimposed strokes, you will notice that you're not going to be able to see where the pen is drawing because your hand will be blocking it. This will make it particularly difficult to guide the stroke as you go. Ultimately, that's the point. If you remember back to the lesson, you're not meant to guide the stroke as you execute it. You need to be pushing forward with a confident, persistent pace, trusting in your muscle memory, and letting your arm do what it does best. Looking towards the end point can help in this regard. Below, you'll find a number of common mistakes. Wobbling. A wobbly line, as shown here, suggests that you're hesitating. You've not quite given up control. You're guiding your hand as you draw with your conscious brain, and it's course correcting as you go, and causing these wobbles. You need to trust in your muscle memory and allow your arm to do its job. And this will result in what I call fraying on one end, like fraying at the end of rope, where different strokes are separating from the guideline. But this is entirely normal. It will reduce the practice and time, but for now it's something I expect to see and don't regard as a mistake. Mistake, fraying on both ends. Oh, because you're not starting at the correct point first. Okay. As mentioned above, fraying on the far end is normal and expected at this stage. Fraying on both ends suggests that you're not taking the time to position your pen correctly at the starting point of this guideline. You're just kind of winging it. The thing about confidence is that it's not without its preparation. We draw confidently because we've already done everything we need to assure success. This doesn't mean success is guaranteed, but there is simply nothing else to be done, and therefore no use worrying about it. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. So we do some short ones, we do some medium boys, some long boys, and then blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you do like 6 each of these. You do 8 lines in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 longs, 6, 6, and then the arcing ones are here. All right, let's do it. We see our goal. We see the goal. We see the vision. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. I'm ready. Remember, we gotta do it from the shoulder. Okay, we learned that. All right, so we have to do 2 pages of this. 2 pages of it. 2. All right. Okay, so first, they said we got to start with, like an actual lines of reference here, right? So I can just do, hold on, move this slightly. Is this? I feel like this is way too small for the paper that I've got set up here. Or maybe my size of this is too small. I mean, that seems about right. It seems good. I feel like maybe just my paper is just a little too long compared to theirs, but that's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what they say like that. This, and then this. I'm not supposed to be able to undo, but the undo here is just to set up our thing to be able to do things, okay? So don't worry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we know we have to do 2 of these. So I will duplicate this page as it currently is. All right, we'll leave one of those for later. First one. Let's begin. We have to do 8 on each of them. 8. Let's go. Okay. Hold on. I have to position myself closer to everything. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Don't draw on the next one yet. You have to do 8. That's 1, 2, 3. Not great. Not great, but it was the first attempt here. Okay. Wait, stop. God. See, that one's got these have the fucking Times where I did not properly set it up yet. Dude, it feels so awkward, like it blocking my vision of where I'm supposed to go. That one went under, but it's fine. Oh, there we go. All right, I will be right back. Sorry about that. I will be right back. Hopefully streamer comes back. Streamer did come back. How's it going, Captain Jules? How's it going? Gamers, important announcement. I have pizza bagels and some chips. We got some pizza bagels and a Mountain Dew. We got a cold one. Ready to crack it open. Let's crack open the cold one with the boys. There you go. Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy the cold ones ASMR? Did you enjoy it? Whew. I need to consume this food. And in order to do this, we want some kind of resource playing as we consume this food. Before I do consume the food, let me finish one page of this thing, at least. Okay, hold on. Let me fix my position. Fix everything. On my life. I think my other issue with this is because I can't see, my hand's blocking it for the most part. I can't see where the end is supposed to be. So I don't know if I'm overshooting. But that's fine. You know, the flow is more important, right? Right now the flow looks a little off, but that's fine. That didn't even reach the end. Okay, okay, we're getting places. Okay. Now the bottom lines, the big boys. The big boys here. Oh god. On this one I could actually see the end at least. My hand like blocks it for a second, but I can see the end at the start. And then I could completely whiff it. Okay. Next one. Why? Why did that even happen like that? God damn. What is happening? Here we go. Right here. Hold on. Do the dot. Okay. No. These ones are like blending into each other. Not good. Not good. Or maybe I just started them too close together. Okay. Oh. Alright, now these guys up here. Trying to make sure I don't try to draw from my wrist here. Draw from the shoulder. Okay. How did that one even happen? What is happening here? What is this? All right. We did one page of those. I earn some chips and a peach bagel. We should probably have some kind of video playing. Why don't I load up the video for the exercises they're gonna have us do?
The superimposed lines exercise is one that is all about teaching students that it is more important that we draw our marks confidently than accurately. Beginners are always quite concerned about making sure their lines fall precisely where they mean them to, and they'll often attempt to achieve this by drawing more slowly and carefully, hesitating, and in doing so, they'll end up with a wobbly line. Basically, in attempting to steer their hand as they draw, they're micromanaging the movement from moment to moment. Every time they catch themselves falling off their intended path, they correct the motion. And every correction adds in turn a new little turn to the trajectory in a mark that's supposed to be...
Sorry, the streamer's back. What you cooking? Well, right now I've been trying to follow these draw a box lessons. Also, you weren't here for it, I guess, probably, but I said, hello, welcome, Captain Jules, welcome. Right now we're trying to go over these draw a box lessons, and I guess we're doing this like warm-up homeworks that they're giving us. Once I get through like a certain point of these, probably after I finish these exercises, I'm gonna do my own kind of thing for the remainder of the stream. And that'll probably just be like anime girls art, probably. Maybe an idle story girl. I haven't drawn an idle story girl in a while, so that'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. We'll see. But right now I have pizza bagels and some chips here. Well, I'm taking, and also Mountain Dew. We got Mountain Dew. Not sponsored. So I'm watching a little video from
straight.
the Drawbox Boy.
Of course, as a
I consume.
beginner, you cannot and should not expect yourself to be able to produce pristinely smooth and accurate lines. We can, however,
Appreciate the warm welcome. Are you new to art? Possibly just diving into it firsthand? So, I've been doing art for practice for a while over time, but I don't think I've like formally sat down and decided to like study more fundamentally like I'm planning to for this year. I have a lot of art that I've done. Well, let me give you some quick examples. Oh, wait, where's that video I did? I had a video that I made. It's supposed to be like all my artworks. I just gotta make sure the music's not playing. The music can get me copyright memed. It was like all the artworks that I had done last year. Where did I put it? Where's the video? Here it is. Don't do the video. Don't do the sound. No sound. This is it. There you go. I'll start from the beginning. This is mostly in chronological order. These are the things I've drawn before. as like a little example of like some of the things I've done. These idle story girls are, again, those ones are like drawn from manga reference panels. And some of these are just sketches I've done and things like that. There's many things I'm trying to still understand. I don't think I understand shadow placements fully right now. That's a big thing. Wait, where's the general stream music? Let's have that play at least. There you go. Like, this is an example of like some of the shit where I'm currently at with this kind of stuff. Am I allowed to show that on Twitch? Too late. I already did. Too late. I already did. I already showed it. What are you gonna do about it? Send me to art jail? Send me to art jail? Is that what you're gonna do to me? Jonathan Twitch? For showing some of these? Too bad. Deal with it. Deal with it, John Twitch. I do not care. Unless you do, mammy. And then I will care. But I won't care right now. I won't care right now. We worry about the consequences after they happen here. That's what we do. I just want to sit here and enjoy my pizza bagel. Is that so much to ask for? So, there you go. I think, yeah, that's the end of the video. Oh, there you go. That's an example of my works, I guess. That's my current level, which needs upgrading fundamentally, which is why we're on the Drawbox memes.
Choose to focus on one first. The fluidity of a line, that is how smoothly it flows, is a
I would
factor
bust
that
a
is
nut to
controlled
it and then
primarily
dab you
by
up.
how we
Hell
choose
yeah.
to execute a mark. That means the steps and process we follow in actually making the mark is what determines this attribute. If we draw confidently and from the shoulder, as we've discussed previously, our lines will flow more smoothly than if we draw slowly and hesitantly.
Just be confident. Just draw.
When our lines will wobble and become much more stiff. Other attributes, such as accuracy, will improve with practice, although there are other things we can do to adjust our approach to improve that as well. And we'll look at that in a later exercise, when we start talking about the ghosting method. So this actual exercise is fairly straightforward.
Where do you update your art if you plan to make this a routine? You mean like where do I post it? I mostly post it onto like Twitter or Blue Sky. Although I've been forgetting to post them as well onto Blue Sky. But mostly I post them onto my Twitter. Or in the art channel in my Discord server. One or the other.
We
I don't know if
draw
there's a better
a
place I should be
guideline with a
dumping all this.
ruler.
I don't know if there's a better place. Well, let me drop everything. Make a DeviantArt real quick. I do have a DeviantArt technically. I haven't used it since like
And then
high
we
school,
attempt to superimpose a new line right on top of it, freehand, about 8 times or so. And feel free to rotate the page as needed.
Get rotated, idiot. Get rotated. You rotate that paper like it was a tanuki.
For now, I
Bro,
want you
you-
to focus mostly on
Bro, you hate Beyblade? No, I'm just not a Beyblade. There is a Beyblade called Wolfborg, which is not me. I am not Wolfborg. I am Wolfborg. These are different things. I grew up... Beyblade was cool when I was growing up, okay? I had them. They were sick. But I am not a Beyblade.
straight lines,
It's just a fact.
starting with shorter ones, like maybe 2 inches, something that long maybe, and then working your way up. But you can mix some curves in there as well if you like. Here's what it looks like when you've done a whole page. Notice that I worked with shorter lines, medium, longer lines, and a few
Whoa, I
curves.
did that too.
Although if you
Whoa.
don't want to do the curves, that's fine too.
Oh,
There
thank
are
God.
a few
I
issues
don't
we
wanna
need
do
to
the
look
curves.
into for when doing this exercise. First and foremost is wobbling. And I want to make sure that this shows up on camera, so I'm going to exaggerate it. But
Look at him. He's gonna have
when
like
you're trying to follow a
rulers
path
and shit
that you
because he
draw
said,
very
"Don't do
slowly,
this digitally."
as previously
This is what you get.
explained, you're gonna end up with a wobbly line. This is because we're choosing to draw in a manner that prioritizes accuracy over flow, and we end up hesitating instead of drawing confidently. So this is a hesitant line. Drawing confidently is a choice, and we can demonstrate that by simply taking a piece of paper and drawing random lines on it as quickly as we can. Notice that these marks don't have any wobbles. They're not necessarily straight,
That's
but
true.
they are confidently drawn,
Yep.
and they are smooth.
That one's
maintaining
broken.
a consistent
That line's broken.
trajectory.
You broke that line.
Drawing confidently doesn't
I was told they're
mean
supposed to be
drawing
unbroken.
quickly, but drawing fast does make it impossible to hesitate. So by doing this, you can show yourself that regardless of, a naturally shaky hand, you are capable of drawing a smooth stroke. And that's really the bedrock of everything that we're doing here. The second issue I want you to look out for is fraying. And I'll draw another example of this.
Okay.
I'll draw a couple,
To
actually.
be clear, though, I already did this exercise. I'm gonna look at the video for the ghosted line one. That's probably a better use of our time here while I eat.
And there you go. Which speaks to how we can follow the principle
This is what I get for trying
lesson
to skip
one
his intro thing.
and watch the videos, and be rewired
What?
in terms of
Hey!
action of lesson one and watch the videos, and that you've completed the assigned pages of the superimposed lines exercise. In the superimposed lines instructions, I introduced the idea that drawing confidently is the key to achieving a smooth, fluid, consistent trajectory to your lines, which speaks
Okay.
to how we can follow the principles of mark making described in the lesson. In this exercise, I'm going to introduce you to a technique that will, as a concept, drive how you make marks throughout this entire course. It's called the ghosting
All right.
method. This is a technique that I first learned from old DVDs by Scott Robertson, a name you may recognize as he's well known for his How to Draw textbook, which I find to be extremely useful as a resource to have in regards to technical perspective. This ghosting technique of his is something that over the years I've come to appreciate as the bedrock of not only good mark making, but how we should approach most things in our lives.
Okay.
Most
All right,
beginners
what do we got?
will
What
often
do you got
approach
for
mark
us?
making in one step:
Come
execution.
on, John, draw a
They
box.
bundle
What do I
figuring
do?
out what mark they want to make and how they want to approach drawing it by actually making it into one task that their brain handles all at once. This is pretty inefficient when you think about it. Anytime you try to do
Don't tell me
multiple
anything
things
not
at
to do. Hey, you out there listening to this right now, okay? Mr. Future Potential Lesson Planner and or tutorial video maker, okay? Don't start with what not to do. Start with what to do, and then tell me what I'm not supposed to do, all right? Tell me what I'm supposed to do first.
once, you're probably going to do a
Here's
worse
a pro
job at
tip.
all the given tasks than if you did
This
them
guy
one
loves
at a
to
time.
do this.
So what I mean by this is that they will decide, okay, I want to draw a rectangle.
He's
They
gonna
will draw
start by showing us what you're not supposed to do. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
their mark. They know that they want kind of a straight mark here, and then they're just drawing it carefully because they want it to be straight. And there you go. And they're being slow and steady because they know that the more time you put into something, the better it will come out. But that isn't quite as simple as it sounds. Because here, they've put lots of time into these lines, but they're wobbly. And they're wobbly because they're being slow and careful. That doesn't mean that rushing is the key. It simply means that there's a better way to approach this.
Comfy Cal. Gonna tell me lesson number 1? All right, Comfy Cal, what's the lesson? Get good? Shit. I was supposed to do that. I didn't do that yet. God damn it.
Ultimately, that's what the ghosting method is all about. It's about
How's it
breaking the
going,
process
Comfy
of
Cal?
making a mark into 3 distinct phases.
I'm
First,
eating some chips, and I'm
planning.
gonna get back on the grind here.
Identifying the specific
why we're
nature of the
listening
mark
to
that
him
you
yap.
want to draw, what its job is, and how it's meant to contribute to a drawing. If it's a straight line, we can place tiny points where we want the mark to start and where we want it to end. Here, we
Okay.
can also rotate the page to find a comfortable angle of approach. Don't just leave your page in a single position. Move it around, turn it as much as is needed. There will be plenty of orientations where drawing marks will be more difficult. For example, I'm right-handed, so drawing like this is considerably more difficult than drawing like this. And so
Our
I want
game's
to make sure that
2025. Yeah, you know it. We're going for 500 hours of doing this shit, okay? Which, according to Mr. John Drawbox, means we got to do 250 hours of study, 250 hours of fun, okay? That's what John Drawbox said to do.
my line that I'm going to be drawing
That's what he
is
says.
in a more comfortable position for me to execute it.
Because he's like
While eventually
50-50.
this is something you'll want to work
Like,
on to
okay,
make
John
those
Drawbox,
various
you got
orientations
it.
more comfortable, now is not the time. Right now, we're just going to focus on being able to execute a mark in a limited range of orientations really well. And that'll be enough to get us into learning more important things sooner, If we spend all our time just grinding away on being able to draw lines in every orientation, it'll be wonderful.
Whatever lessons you follow is fine as long as it doesn't make you hate drawing. That's good. Listen. Lesson 0 of Drawbox, personally, I don't think I would recommend. I recommend everybody skip lesson 0 of Drawbox because it's just him yapping for, like several things, like pages, articles, and I think videos too, about your mindset of what success means, and how to not get tired of drawing. Like he does the thing again where he'll tell you what not to do before he tells you what you're supposed to do. I don't know. I don't like that approach. That's just me.
You'll be able to say that, oh, I can draw a line in every possible direction, but what good is that if you can't
500
actually
hours,
apply
that's
it to more
around
useful
20
things?
days if you never
So the second
sleep.
step
Yeah,
is
you got
preparation.
it. Oh, wait, ads? Oh, I forgot there's an ads. Oh, I forgot there's ads. I forgot that the ad is playing right now. All right, I'll wait a minute and 20 seconds. I don't know if you heard anything I just said. I'll repeat what I said once the ads are done. In about 1 minute. 1 minute. Supposedly ads will be done in a minute. Don't worry. I can't control them. They happen once an hour. I can't control them. Let me eat my chips.
Here we do what we can to get used to the motion that will be required to draw this line. Generally, this means ghosting through the motion, holding your pen above the page and going through the motion without the pen actually touching the surface. In doing this, we familiarize our muscles with what will be expected of them. Focus on the motion in the direction of the stroke as well. Instead of like going back and forth, draw in that motion, pick your hand up, and then repeat. That way you're giving your arm a better sense of the specific motion it needs to learn. And you're essentially writing it to your kind of short-term muscle memory, if you want to call it that. And lastly, we've got execution. Here's where we make our mark, doing so with a confident motion. No
Very
hesitation,
confident,
no
yes.
worrying. Engage your
No
whole
worries.
arm and push through that motion. Here your focus is only on getting ink on the page. So once you feel you've ghosted enough to feel comfortable with that stroke, let the pen touch the page and repeat the same motion again, producing a single mark. Don't automatically go back over it or repeat yourself. One line, one mark. And so here's how I would do the whole process: ghosting, and then a mark.
All right. I think the ads are done now. What I was saying was essentially like, we've been following the John Drawbox dude or whatever. I don't know what their actual name is, but the Drawbox lessons, okay? And all of lesson 0, if you ever get into it, I recommend skipping it because it's just him yapping about like how you will find what success means or how you should find your success to mean what, and don't burn yourself out by focusing too much on study as opposed to also having fun or whatever, and what does it mean to have fun and all that, and like just skip it. Please okay, that's not for me. I'm built different, okay? I got this. I'm good, don't worry. I don't need the yaps. Just tell me, please. I got, what's it here on my tablet here, okay? There was thing. It was an animator. I forget what the animator's name is. It'll tell me when I open the book. They released a book in English about hands-on animation for beginners, which I'm not planning to be an animator, but it's an interesting concept. Okay, I got the book. The author, Kenji Yokoyama, animation director, key animator. Okay. Works on One Piece, Dragon Ball, and all that kind of stuff. There are lessons. I don't know if you can... Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can... Right here. Oh, their lessons are just straightforward. We're not fucking around with preambles here. It's just, do this thing. You want to... This is what a keyframe is. This is what an in-between is. Okay, here's how you make this happen. Here's what you do with this. This is the ball. You want to start with the ball. Make the ball fall. You do two keyframes. You do a thing in between. We don't need a whole speech for every single thing about how you're not supposed to animate it before you actually show us what we're supposed to do. It's very straightforward. It's no bullshit. It just tells you like how you're supposed to focus on it. The challenges are super fucking short because it doesn't have all the bullshit in between. That's the shit I want. Okay? Don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit me. What did I just do? Oh, I just turned on the music. I thought that was going to play the video.
This one isn't perfect. There's a bit of curving here at the beginning, and it actually creates a very subtle S. But it's still smooth, and that's my focus. It's not perfectly accurate, but this is what we're aiming for. We prioritize...
Animation drawings equals mileage will make you draw live. You try. That's true. That's true. I'm not planning on becoming an animator or whatever. I mean, it'd be fun to try that as some like exercises, but
the flow of the...
I think I would more so want to try to get into becoming more of like those like illustrators.
Mark first, accuracy second. And this whole process is that it's like a production line. At every stage, you can think as though it's being handled by an entirely different person.
When online influencers explain something that take 5 minutes into an hour-long video, this isn't like a... I don't know if I would call this person like an influencer. They're like an art teacher. And they're trying to like give students the right mindsets beforehand about things, I guess, but they're doing it in a way that just...
Each one is only responsible for a very limited task,
I feel like,
and they're not concerned with whether...
I feel like it more so gets my eyes glazing over before we actually get into the art in some cases.
Those before or after them are actually doing their jobs.
But once we get into the actual stuff,
you should not be thinking about whether or not you did enough planning or preparation. Whether you did or didn't is no longer relevant. The second your pen actually touches the page, any opportunity to avoid making a mistake has passed. You have to accept what happens and push through. This is generally where wobbling occurs. Students who apply the first 2 stages correctly can still second-guess themselves and hesitate when making their mark, resulting in wobbling. So you can sit here and, put your points down, ghost as much as you want, but if you don't physically make the choice, or mentally, I guess, make the choice of committing to that stroke, if you hesitate, you will end up with a wobbly line. And so committing is key.
No commitment issues here, okay?
So this exercise will basically be to draw a bunch of straight lines, applying this ghosting method, across your entire page. I'll often just put down a bunch of random points and then connect them together.
Okay.
And I've got an example of how it looks like.
So that's all I have to do? Just a page of that?
Now, there are a few mistakes that students will find themselves making, so let's go over them fairly quickly. First, basically what I've already discussed, it's like a broken record at this point. If you wobble your lines, you are not executing your mark confidently. And you need to make sure that when your pen touches the page,
no wobbles.
Your only responsibility is making a smooth, confident mark. And as I discussed before in the superimposed lines exercise, if you don't think you can make confident lines, just take a piece of paper and draw lines as quickly as you can, and you'll show yourself that when you don't give yourself the opportunity to hesitate, your lines come out smooth. Another issue that students run into is the tendency to have their strokes arc a little bit. So let's say they've got 2 points.
I'm pretty sure I do this a lot.
They might be trying to draw a straight line, and they may find that every time it arcs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happens to me a lot.
One is just that maybe they're drawing from their wrist. If I try and draw a straight line here from my wrist.
I think with me, it's more of a, like with this one that we just did, for an example, if I can switch over to it real quick. I think the reason why mine will do that is because, let's say I'm on the left side here, right? I don't know if you can, see where my cursor is on here. Well, let's say I'm on, the left side here, and I gotta go over to the right side here. If I can't see the end of it, and I'm trying to draw straight across, I think I'll, naturally tend to, sometimes, especially when it's the longer ones, it'll, arc a bit, or whatever. Down here, you could see it. You can notice in this bottom one here, and this area, where, those lines are, going further down. The lines on this one are going further up. I think that's usually the issue I have, is that if I can't see the end point, and I'm supposed to draw, a straight line, I think I just end up doing that. But like he says, if I just keep doing it long enough, it'll, calm down, so.
I can't help but curve that line. The elbow will also produce a bit of a curve, just not as much as this, but always make sure that you are executing these marks from your shoulder and engaging your whole arm, as we discussed in previous videos.
It could be a problem that I'm not doing it properly from my shoulder.
If you are definitely using the whole arm to execute these marks,
it could be
your wrist is locked in one position, in one orientation, it's not able to pivot from here, then it may simply be that your brain kind of thinks incorrectly about what a straight line is. And so you may find yourself, when you tell it, I want to draw a straight line, it might just make a bit of a curve. And the way to kind of deal with that is to purposely curve your line in the other direction. And the hope here is that it will compensate. And with your brain wanting to naturally curve things in this direction, when you try and draw this line, the line should come out straighter. And you'll have to be very conscious about this initially, but over time, your brain will be rewired in terms of what it thinks to be a straight line, and that issue will go away. So this is the process that you're going to be using for every mark you draw throughout this course, this ghosting method, where you plan, prepare, and execute. It can be applied to straight lines, curves, ellipses.
So like you said, first, focus on the flow of it first, making sure that it's not a wobbly fucking mess first, and then you can focus on making it more accurate, fine-tuning, where your brain thinks you're supposed to the physical motion you're supposed to do the stroke in order to achieve it. So focus more on making sure it's not a wobbly mess first, and then get it to not arc like that.
Anything.
And then get it to actually
at its core, though, it comes down
start
to a
and
very
stop at the
simple
correct
concept,
ends.
that you need to think before you draw, and make sure that the line you want to draw will actually contribute to your drawing in some way. People have this terrible tendency of just putting marks down and then deciding whether or not it was a good idea later. The ghosting method is all about plan first, think about what you're trying to do and what you're trying to contribute, and then see it through.
Okay. Don't forget the full lesson available at johndrawbox.john. Okay. All right, let me switch over back to it. I finished my food. We can get this back on. Oh, I didn't switch back to the oh no, wait. I didn't switch back to the video. You guys didn't see the video doing its thing later on. It was I hit play on the video. You didn't listen. We're a professional stream here. I'll have you guys know this. Okay. We did one page of the superimposed. Now do another page of it. Okay. Let's get it going. Okay. Wait. Make sure. Position ourselves correctly. From the shoulder. Okay. But does drawing lines help you draw anime chicks with big boobies? Over time, it'll help. Don't worry. It helps. You gotta make the boobies look good. Okay? You gotta make the boobies look good with the lines. And get the right arc. Okay, wait. Don't have it. There you go. One. No, that one I hesitated. Okay. Okay, that one I kept going too under. I don't know why that happened. You know the destination? I don't know where it's going. Why did that one happen? Stop it. Get more confidence here, okay? Okay. Alright, that one was better. That one was a lot better. I'm still having the problem of, I think, like, it's kind of thicker on this end than it's supposed to be. Which implies that I'm not, like, getting the correct starting position in some cases. But it's not, like, completely all over the place. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna draw dots at the starting point of all of these. It helps me, okay? It helps. I don't know if I should be, but we'll do it. What? I didn't even finish that one. Bro. See, when you can't see the end because your hand's blocking it, it's hard to tell when you're supposed to stop. Why did that one? Okay. Everything's Daijobu. Why did that one happen? What? You gotta lock in, Wolfborg. What is that? What is that? What is this? What is it? What is... You gotta lock in. Were you rushing or were you dragging? It's not my fucking tempo. This one's a little better, I think. Oh, now it's not. Don't worry about that. Why are those ones all wavy? Stop. Confidence. Okay, big lines. Big line, boys. I keep on instinct wanting to like turn this. It's easier for me to do it if it's like to the side, I think. But you're not supposed to, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's not the point of the exercise. Okay. Too high. Too low. Way too high. What? What is even happening with some of these? Okay. It's alright. It's a learning process. What? What? Alright. Arc boys. Stop. From the shoulder, not the wrist. From the shoulder. Do not. Make sure you set up properly at the starting point. Otherwise, you're just doing whatever. Okay. No. Not from the wrist. From the shoulder here, buddy. From the shoulder. This is what John Drawbox said to do. So you gotta do it. Because John Drawbox said so. Why did that one happen? Okay. Alright. We're done with the superimposed memes. So the next one is supposed to be the, what did it say? 1 page of ghosted lines. Stop drawing boxes, draw owls. I'll get right on that. Draw an owl. Oh my god, why? Alright, apparently I have to make a phone call real quick. I'll be right back. Don't leave. Don't leave. Stay right there. Don't fucking move. All right, we're back. Hello. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? All right, time to go. No, the show's not over. You sit right down. You sit down now. You sit down. You don't get to leave. You don't get to leave. That's a good emote. That's a good emote. All right, let's do some ghosted lines. That's right. Sit. Paw. All right, let's go. Ghosted lines. This is the one where we do the dots, right? Is that what this is? We do dots. Dude, what are these articles? Hold on. Let me show you guys what this looks like here. What is this? Draw and draw box. Why do you need all this before you tell us how to just do dots on a page? This is what we need to do in the end. Well, there's a lot of stuff ahead of time. Okay. First step when making a mark is not to jump in and put ink on the page. Beginners will often do this, and for obvious reasons, the impatience leads to poor results. Instead, we ask ourselves, what kind of mark do we want to make? If it's a stroke that is meant to start and end at particular locations, identify them. Even go so far as to mark them down with little points. Identify the path you want the mark to follow, but beyond that, think about the task that mark is meant to accomplish. Ask yourself what this mark is meant to contribute to your drawing, whether another mark might already be doing that job, and ultimately what you could do to make the mark the best of your ability. Rushing in without... Rushing? Or dragging? Rushing? Not my fucking tempo. Okay. Probably most common mistake people make. Remember, above all, in this course, we are not sketching. We are drawing purposefully. No sketch, only purpose. Except for little marks. You can make like a little marks to indicate where you purpose. One step at a time. Rotating the page. Another important part of the planning phase is rotating your page. You will find that executing marks in some directions are easier, in other directions are more difficult. That is perfectly normal. Oh, so am I allowed when I do the superimposing thing to rotate it? Because that would make this a whole lot easier for me. If I'm able to draw it like this, as opposed to like this, as opposed to like this. Make it a whole lot easier in my life. Am I allowed to do this, Mr. John Drawbox? Am I allowed to? What am I allowed to do in this house? For now and throughout the entire course, I want you to rotate the page to ensure that you're always drawing in the orientations that are more comfortable. Okay, good. Thank you, John Drawbox. Thank you. Thank you for granting me the ability to rotate. We can now rotate all of the tanukis. All of them. Better use of your time. Some may ask, but then how will I learn how to make marks in every direction for situations where I can't rotate the page? This is something you'll learn automatically over time, and it is also something you could focus on yourself later, outside the scope of this course. Deal with it. Figure it out. Get good. Preparation. Now we move on to the next phase. Everything involves planning. Involving planning is now over. So we did planning and then preparation. These are two separate steps. Two separate steps. Think of this like a production line where every phase is handled by a completely different version of you. Make sure you're sitting in a good posture, you're able to engage your whole arm and start ghosting through the mark you want to make. Ghosting is the act of going through the motion of drawing a mark, but without actually touching the page. You bring your pen to the first point, and then move to the end with... where was I reading it? Bring it around to the first point, and then move the pen to the end with a smooth, confident motion, holding the pen a little above the surface of the page. Then you lift your pen up again, bring it back to the start, and repeat the process. This will help convey to your arm the orders you determined in the planning step, and will develop short-term muscle memory. As you practice the use of this technique more and more over days, weeks, months, you'll find what number of times you should repeat this motion. The focus is ultimately on getting comfortable and familiar with what those words really mean for you will come from experience. Execution. When one hits the last of the three stages, students are usually full of anxiety. We've gone through all the planning, preparation, now it's time to actually go through the only steps that produces a result. And it's that anxiety that causes us to mess up. I would never. Instead, we once again have to go back to the production line mentality. The one executing the mark is not the one who planned, nor the one who prepared. They're a new version of ourselves. Okay, again, I don't need a speech. Executing the mark with confidence. No hesitation, no second guessing, no attempting to avoid a mistake. If you make the mark confidently, but mess up on accuracy, then you didn't mess up. It's one of the early people up. Yeah, it's somebody else's fault. not yours. Your job is to make a single smooth stroke. The second your pen touches the page, you need to accept that any opportunity to avoid a mistake has passed, and all you can do is commit to the motion and push through. That's all there is to it. The purpose of this exercise is to introduce you to a technique that can be used as 55 burgers, 55 fries. Okay. The goal is to, over time, develop a habit of thinking before you draw. I have to think? Nobody told me I had to think when it came to... Okay. I'm starting to not like this art thing already. I gotta think for this shit. Consider what purpose of the mark you're about to make serves. Whether or not it's the best mark for that purpose, or if another existing one already accomplishes the same task. Level 1. There's levels to this exercise. Level 1. Line is smooth and consistent without any visible wobbling, but doesn't quite pass through A or B due to not following the right trajectory. It's a straight shot, but misses the mark a bit. Level 2. Line is straight, smooth, consistent without any wobbling and maintains trajectory. It does, however, either fall short or overshoot. One or both points. I feel like this is an exercise that should be taught before the superimposed line one. I feel like this is supposed to be taught before the superimposed lines. And actually... Well, I mean, it must not be, though. Because, like... It lists them in order like this. Implying that you should be doing superimposed lines first. But this feels like... You should learn this before oh, not this one. Is this one? Yeah, this is one. Okay, whatever. Overshooting? Try this. A lot of students struggle with overshooting their lines, and as a result tend to hesitate more as they reach the end point. Try lifting your pen off the page the second you hit that end point. Lifting it up is a much more reliable action you can perform far more responsibly, and it avoids the hesitation you get from slowing down. Okay, that's interesting to try. In general, overshooting isn't that big of a deal right now. You'll get better at it, and it's always better than hesitating. Still, this approach can solve two problems at once. Mistakes. Wobbly lines. There are two main possibilities it's happening if it's wobbling. What resolution my canvas? This one, I think, is like 7,000, 4,000 or some shit. Hold on. Can I, like, see it? Where'd I go to see it? Canvas properties. 7,018 by 4,961. Why should it not be? Resolution 6,000. Should it not be this? Should it not be this? Should I be doing something else here? What do you recommend? It's pretty big. Yeah. Should it not be that big? This is what I've, like, always done stuff in. But I have nice line quality. Oh, hell yeah. We like line quality here. That's okay? Okay, cool. I do, when I export it, I do have to scale it down by like 25% in order to post it onto places like Twitter. Because Twitter has limitations for how big it could be. So I just export it like 25% smaller than it is. And then it works. Okay, so let's see. Drawing with your wrist rather than your shoulder. That's one reason. You can still work with that line. What? We could still work with a line that's smooth and even, but there's not much that can be done with a wobbly one. Okay, so it's either I'm hesitating or I'm not drawing, or I'm drawing with my wrist rather than my shoulder. Okay. Mistake, arcing lines. Okay. One approach I've heard to correct this is to consciously arc your line slightly in the opposite direction. Okay, I understand. All right, here's all of that to set us up. And then he says the homework is this. Why don't I just scroll to the bottom? You need to fill a page with straight lines using the ghosting method. How you do this is up to you. As shown below, I filled a page with points. Don't worry about letting them overlap or things getting cluttered. It's all perfectly fine. Okay, let's do it. Jonathan Draw a Box Summer said, do some dots and then ghost those lines. Alright, let's do it. Let's do dots. That's a dot. That's a dot. Dot. More dots. More mouse bites. Handmade bites. House, we need to ghost the lines. Have you tried the confidence drug? No, wait. Hold on. Do not mark yet. First of all, you can't see what I'm doing. First of all, you can't see what I'm doing. First of all, you gotta let the chat viewers whose names have not been fully determined here. I don't have like a name for the chatters yet. Okay, I gotta let unnamed bros know. I gotta let them see what we're doing. Okay, we got some dots here. I was told to draw some dots, so I drew some dots. Now we gotta make them connect. I feel like our dots are a little too close to each other, so we need to like avoid making them too small here for some of them. And we have to practice the motion first. That's what Mr. Drawbox said to do. Practice the motion first. Almost. We almost got it locked in. No. Okay. I missed it, and it's a little wobbly. It's not too bad, though. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But we slightly missed it there. That's fine. We're good. All right. Let's try this one here. This small guy. No, don't draw yet. Don't draw. We gotta have the prep boys. A little too far, but it is a less wobbly. Less wobbly. We missed the end. Overshot the end. And then arced a little towards the bit of the end. But it's better than nothing. Let's do it this way. I was told by John Drawbox that I can rotate the Tanukis all I want, so. I'm wobbling in the prep stage. Not good. Also, I'm moving my wrist in the prep stage. Not good. Stop moving the wrist. Move the shoulder. Shoulderborg. Okay. Again, missed it, but line looks good. It's just missed the mark slightly and overshot a bit. We were told levels, okay? Levels. That's level 1. That's a level 1 line. Okay, that one's way off. I don't even know what happened there. Don't talk to me about that line. That's a level 0 line, if I've ever seen one. That's an arcing line, too. Even worse. Just because I made both points doesn't mean I get points for it, okay? I need more dots. I need more options here. Give me all the dots. This one will go for this. See, what happened there? Stop. Lock in. Lock the fuck in. I'm also getting nervous I'm going to hit my mic. Hold on. Let me move this to the side a bit. I don't want to hit my mic. I don't want to hit it. Oh, wait. I can rotate. I'm allowed. Stop. I was supposed to ghost first. Yeah, that was a little better. It missed the mark at the end, overshot, but the line's not wobbly. That's something. And it got pretty close to it. I was trying to go to that one. Somehow I went in between that one and this one. Somehow. Somehow that happened. Okay, that one way overshot, but it's fine. That one's decent, I think. Yeah, it's good. How many things am I supposed to do? Does it matter? I just fill out the page? I could do this forever. This is like the anime special slash attack that shatters the screen. Motivated. My secret attack. Unlimited ghost lines. Fuck. Level 0 ghost line. That means that line sucked. When we achieve level 3 ghost lines, okay, that's when we know the attack move one-shot our enemy. Fuck! Why? No! There's like a decent looking line. It's too low and too far. Bro! That's a level 1. That's a level 1. What even counts a level 1 with how far off it is, though? What's the rules for level 1? Line smooth and consistent without any visible wobbling, but doesn't quite pass through A or B due to not following the right trajectory. It's a straight shot, but misses the mark a bit. This is not a bit, though. This is not a bit. I don't think that's a bit. That's a lot. I am the ghost of my line. Here we go. Alright, that one counts as a level 1. That's a level 1. That's a level... I'm going to say that's a certified level 1 line. What? Hey, Cronus, are you still in the chat? Do you know if we're still locked in for Steins Gate Elite tonight? Or not Elite. Steins Gate 0 tonight? Elite's a very different thing. Are we still locked in for that? Why? Why did that one happen? Stop it. I think that one happened because I drew from my wrist. Try it again. See, wait. I haven't practiced that with my wrist. Hold on. That one's not happening. Here we go. Shoulder. Damn. Made as opposed to one way or another for today. Okay. Alright, I'll keep an eye out, though. I'll keep an eye out. Because if we're doing Steins Gate 0 today, then we're ending the stream at like 8 o'clock. If not, then I'll just keep going. We'll probably be back with more art tomorrow night. Unless I have something else going on. I don't think I have something else going on, so we'll probably just do more art tomorrow night anyways. It's okay. We're slowly but surely getting used to drawing with our shoulder. Confirmed 8 p.m. Okay. All right. So we basically got an hour left. All right, I'm not gonna. All right, so we did our 1 page of the ghosted lines. Now, what's the other exercise that we got here? 2 pages of ghosted planes. What does ghosted planes mean? Just like with the ghosting exercise, we start out by planning out our marks. Here we're doing so for more than 1 line at a time. We want to produce some sort of equilateral. Don't worry about making all the edges the same length or anything like that. Just place 4 points on the page wherever it feels right. For each pair of points, rotate your page to find a comfortable angle of approach. Ghost through the motion as much as is needed to feel comfortable, and then execute the stroke with a confident, persistent pace. No hesitation. No thinking about the plane as a whole. Focus only on the mark you're making at that moment. Some students get too caught up in the big picture of what they're doing and lose track of the individual actions. All that matters is what you're doing now. As you make this single mark. To add some more practice with ghosting, go ahead and construct lines between the corners of our plane. Alright. Alright, so we'll make 4 dots. We do the outside, and then we can do inside stuff too. Finally, let's bisect the plane in both dimensions. Okay. Remember to use the ghosting method for every mark you draw. In this case, this means starting with adding your start and end point. Ghosting is going to be a technique you're going to use a lot throughout this course. Now, for those of you who've tackled for perspective before, you may start fussing over things like, how do I know my cross is centered along each edge of the plane? And other concerns. For now, this exercise has nothing to do with perspective. It's just a bunch of lines on a flat page. Nothing else to worry about. Keep your pages for this exercise. We're going to use these pages when we get into the ellipses in planes exercise. Don't throw them away. Otherwise, you have to draw a whole new set. Applying ghosting method to something slightly more complex than single line. Similar jump. Take certain aspects of ghosting. Okay, so we're basically taking the technique that we just kind of practiced all over the place, and we're making it a more focused, planned thing. And then their example is to fill a whole page like so. And we have to do 2 of these. And then try to also have time for general art. So I won't spend too much time with this, I think. Because I want to try to get... Maybe I shouldn't even do this one right now. No, I'll do it. I'll do it. Wait. You need to see things. I need to get used to... I need to map a button to be able to turn on and off the desktop from my Stream Deck. I don't have it ready, though, so... Okay. Wait, no, I have to ghost first. Remember to ghost first. That's the whole point of it. Alright, we did 1. I'm going to do the outsides of all of them first, and then we'll just go through all of them and do the insides afterwards. Not even close. But it's fine. Not even close. A little bit. No, wait. I said I was going to do all of the other ones. And we will. That one's wobbly. Not good. That one's wobbly and misses. Not good. That one's straight-ish. Okay. All right. Here, here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Well, both of these lines missed that one, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. John Drawbox said it's okay, so it's okay. Okay, I'm trying to mentally remind myself, just lift the pen up when you think you get to the end point. Just lift the pen up. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Let's put it like here. Okay, all right. What has happened there? See, okay, I'm not the boy in charge of prep is not doing his thing right, okay? He ain't doing his job right here. With the ghosting prep. Next time, how's it going, dude? Are you winning? That's the are you winning anymore, right? It depends. You know, you gotta listen to John Drawbox describe what success means to you, you know? Does it mean making our points? Not necessarily. Does it mean Making them not wobbly? Yeah, that's probably about it, actually. I think that was the gist of what he was trying to get at. Just do confident lines, even if they aren't where they're supposed to be. That sounded about right. Wait, hold on. This is glitched currently. There we go. We're good. Sometimes if I draw on this tablet and I drag the brush off the screen, then the next time I draw with it, sometimes the brush is fucked for a bit, and I don't know why. Alright, so we did the first step. Now we have to do the diagonals of them all. Are you winning in your heart? I'm always winning in my heart. That's just how it goes here. That's how it goes. Wait, hold on. Do the diagonals first. Damn. I did not... I mean, I got them about where I wanted them to go, but I clearly did not plan the mark properly. Okay. I mean, that's another point of this lesson, right? You have to plan the mark properly in order for it to look the way you want it to look. Okay, so about like here and here, perhaps? That one's angled. That's why. That one's arced. Okay. All right. 1 page of positive affirmations. True. Finally got myself a larger drawing tablet so I can use my elbow more. Oh, hell yeah. This one here, I got this when I was in college, so like probably 2017, 2016. This is a Cintiq 13 HD. That's what this is. Bro. What has happened there? That's a little better. Not much, but a little better. Wait. What did I do here? Is this supposed to look like this? Maybe. No, it's fine. It's fine. It works. This one's not lined up, I don't think, properly. Yeah, and the mark should have been here. That's why I did it like that. I did the right way in my head in the end. Okay, the guy in planning screwed up, so the guy in execution fixed it. All right, that's how that works. Like Drawn Drawbox says, if it seems like a step in the process was screwed up, blame a different step in your mentality as if it's a different person. Just blame them. Just blame them. Just blame them. Oh, wait. Wait, I was supposed to do the diagonals first. Oh, no. Do the diagonals first. By the way, ads are about to start in 2 minutes. Can't do nothing about it. This stream is sponsored by Skillshare. All right, we're almost there, though. All right, I'm getting a little better at the ghosting, though. Well, in some ways, I am. All right, we finished this one page of these. A big problem, you can immediately see I overshot the fuck out of all of my things. But that's fine. That's for level 3 lines. We're not at level 3 yet. We're barely at level 1. Level 1 is making it not wobbly, okay? Level 2 is making sure it actually hits the mark we intend for it to hit. And not be wobbly. And then number 3 is don't overextend. So, all right, I'm going to make an executive decision. I'll announce this in the 1 minute before we go to ads. I'm not going to do the second page of the Ghosted Plains yet. I'm going to shift right into doing fun art, because John Drawbox said you're supposed to do that, and I got like 40 minutes left of the stream before we got to wrap up for tonight. I will do my second Ghosted Plane at some point later tonight, probably off stream. Who knows? There may even be a chance I just restream later tonight. I don't fucking know. But for right now, I'm just going to shift over into doing my own fun art, okay? We'll stop with John Drawbox memes. And then I'll get into that for the next 40 minutes. But you're about to get an ad in about 30 seconds. So I hope you guys enjoy that ad. I hope it's a good ad. Finally got myself a large drawing tablet. I had like a Wacom Intuos 6-inch from 2014. I could barely turn my wrist without going off it. Oh, geez. Oh, damn. All right, now the question is, what do I want to draw tonight? What do I want to draw? There's all sorts of ideas. All sorts of ideas. Do I want to do an anime girl? Do I want to do a photo reference girl? Do I want to... What do I want to draw? Let me check my folder of things here. I think I downloaded that I felt like attempting. Wait, hold on, let me open this and then close this. Okay. It's fine. We'll draw Tom Scott saying that was a problem for future me, and now I am future me. That's what we'll draw. I was gonna say we could do that, but somebody else, but it would just be like person standing pose. I don't know. Maybe with the sweatshirt too. I don't know. What are we nodding? What do we got here? We'll draw a Gregory house. House, we have to cure the patient. That's not what he sounds like at all. That's not what he sounds like. Don't quote me. That's not what Chase nor Australians sound like. That's not what they sound like. Do I really not have any of these things here? Is it really all on my phone? Alright, we're gonna look up. 40 minutes left. What do we draw? I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna try and draw Makise Kurisu real quick. I'm gonna try and draw Kurisu. However, we will set the base of her to be some other reference image first. Let's see here. So first of all, Makise Kurisu. Kurisu. Christina. All right. Now we need let's see here. What's some dumb thing that we could do with her? Some dumb and stupid thing. Maybe involving Dr. Pepper. She's also a 4chan shit poster, right? She's a memer. It should be something really dumb. It should be something really dumb that we have her do. What do we have Kurisu do? Wait. I was gonna say what we have her sit in front of a computer and then the computer says something dumb. But then I don't think I get a chance to draw her face. It's gonna be like the back of her face. Unless I draw it from like a certain angle, then we can do it. But we need to be able to see what's on the screen too. So it would be like we see the computer screen, right? So like for instance, just rough. We see like a computer screen, and then Kurisu is like, her face is like turned this way, her like eyes are. This is a very rough version, but like she's like in front of it, and she's here, and this is a chair. She's in a chair, one of those chairs. This is what she looks like. This is what Makise Kurisu looks like when she's on the computer. And the computer says 4chan. That's what the computer says. Do you like her? Do you like Kurisu? Yeah, because I would need like her. I could have it like so she's in the chair. She's in the chair and like facing to the side of the chair. She's on the computer. Maybe the computer has my stream on it. Then I think that'd be funny if the computer has like my stream on it. She's a big Wolfborg fan, okay? She watches the anime science videos. All right, so we need a reference image of girl sitting at computer or person sitting at computer from the side. Sitting in front of computer side. We need it so that she's like leaning. Hold on, I'll show you this to you guys too. There you go. Sitting in front of computer side, leaning. What am I looking for? I'm looking for like over the shoulder, like shoulders like dragged at the bottom of the side of the chair. Sitting in side of in front of computer, arm hanging off side of chair. Come on. Give me something close to what I'm looking for in my head, please. I want her like lounging around. I think Daru sits the way that I'm looking for. Hold on. Steins Gate Daru in chair. That's not really it. Sitting in chair, arm over side. Whoa, what is Makise Kurisu doing here? Yo, that's actually pretty sick. Wait, hold up, let her cook. Okay, here's what we do. We do this, and then the computer's behind her. And then we could do the meme on the computer behind her, maybe? I don't know. At the very least, I want to draw her like this. I think. Or maybe like this, actually. No, that's not her. That ain't her. But I want to draw her like this. We're locking that one in. We're locking it in. This is going to be Makase Kurisu. Okay, that's going to be her. Okay, now I have to try to not get AI references of Makase Kurisu for us to use here. For this. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, so first things first. First things first. We have to set up the general stage of things. Now, they said in the lessons we're not to sketch. That doesn't necessarily mean for my art that we can't sketch, okay? We're allowed, I think. I think we're allowed. I think it's allowed here for this. Okay. So we have the chair. Do I want to draw the chair first? Do I want to draw the body first? I'll draw the chair first, I think. Give us a general layout of where she should be laying on this. Oh my god, don't do it like that. Hold on. I just want to get the general, like, idea of the shape of things. There's, like, the cushion you sit on down here. I can't see what's on this corner because she's blocking it, but that's fine. This is, like, slanted, and it shouldn't be. Okay. Again, this is chicken scratch, but that's fine. This is just to give us a general layout of things, and then we'll do it properly in the next layer. We're allowed. We're allowed to do this. Okay. John Drawbox has no authority here. He's not a part of this council. The council of drawing Makase Kurisu sitting all sexy in a chair, okay? He has no bearing here in this house. Especially when I am pressed for time before we have to go. Oh god, I gotta draw the broad part of the chair. Oh god. That's fine. And then this goes like that. Okay. This thing goes out like to here. Okay, and then it goes down a bit over to here. Okay. All these got wheels in the bottom. Here it's going to get cut off. That's fine. But they got wheels on them. They got wheels. And then they got like that. Okay. I'm putting a lot more time into the fucking chair than I probably should be. This one's fine to cut off. It would be visible normally, the wheel. Actually, wait. It has to be, like, more angled. Because it has to be similar to how this one connects. It has to be, like, one small gap. Like that. I'll say it's like that. Oh, so it's like that, huh? It's like that, huh? Alright, then you would see a wheel here, but we don't here because it's cut off. I think it's supposed to be out more. I'm not going to focus on it too much, okay? I'm not going to focus on too much. it like goes out like to here. And they got like these things on this side of things. Little things that hold the wheels in place. They go round and round. And then there's one over here in the back, but you don't actually see the wheel because it gets covered by this thing. Perhaps I should, let me do this. Let me do this to help you guys. Let me do this. There you go. You guys can see the reference I'm using here. We'll put it like here. Or here maybe? Yeah, we'll put it here. There you go. There's the reference I'm doing. It's a little small though. I'll put it up here. Make it a little bigger. Okay, there you go. Okay. That's what we're doing here. And then instead of this lady, we're going to put Makise Kurisu. That's fine. All right. Let's go. The arm of the chair. Again, can't really see it. Her legs are on it. Makes me think I should have started with her, but it's fine. Figure it out. We'll assume it's like my chair. It's going to go like back like that. And then... Oh no, but it would be like... not as high up. Because it's actually like... even-ish. Like here is where it goes down, but here would be like higher up. I don't know. Her legs are going to cover it anyways. It'll be fine. And then we have this going down. This is supposed to be way further down, actually. Hold on. This should probably go out further. Like that, maybe. Maybe it goes inwards like that. As it goes down there, perhaps. And then on this side of things, this is supposed to be more inwards. Goes in, around, and then has the cushion down here. Wait, what just happened? Stop. Undo. Stop! Alright, now there's supposed to be another arm here. I'm not going to worry too much about it, because we're going to be drawing her on top of it anyways. So I'm not going to lose my mind drawing that when I don't even see it in the reference image. But there is supposed to be another arm, like, here-ish. And then it also connects down here. But we're not going to lose our mind drawing it, because it's going to get covered anyways. Okay. Alright. And then it technically has like a little thing down here. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Don't care. Didn't ask. All right, cool. Now, lady. Put the lady on it. Okay. This is where it gets a little tricky here. This is where it gets a little tricky. We need to position her properly on this. She is going to be bigger than... Okay, so I already have to think resize it down. Resize it down a bit. Oh, wait, I don't want it to be like awkwardly... There you go. Scale it down just a bit. Like this. I think that should be good. Okay, so the lady's head is like about up here. And then body is supposed to be like, oh, hold on, the head. She's like, face is like, with her, and like that? Or is this is the part that always fucks me up. The other side of the chin, getting it right. And then you got the neck. It goes from here. Or does it just go here and then this one goes? No, I think it's like this goes like that, and then this goes like that. Oh, this is too wide, I think. It feels like it's too thick, but in the photo it's not. I think perhaps the head is just too small, perhaps? No, it's this part that makes it look awkward. I think. What the fuck? Okay. Her. She has an ear here. Right? She's got her ear. Got her ear. Okay. Okay, she's got her ear. And then the neck goes like... Right? It's supposed to be like smaller, I think, and then we get into the... Fucking hell. What is going on with the neck? Is this normally how this is supposed to look? This is where Wolfborg finally realizes that necks look weird. Okay. Does this have to be out more? I will do it like this for now, and then we might adjust it later. Okay, we have her outfit is the thing. We're gonna try to draw her without the clothes at first, so just the general shape of the body, and then we'll add the Makise Kurisu clothes to it. So her, it goes, and then shoulder, on shoulder. It's like... Wait, hold on. I have to imagine the arm underneath the clothes. Right? So it goes like... Hold on. And then... It'd be like... Because it's going like... Okay. There's the general, like, the body is going, like, here. Then, oh, she is too far over this way, too. For the way I'm drawing it. Because her body is supposed to be inside of this fucking thing. Let's rotate her. Make her bigger. Well, maybe smaller. Okay. No, wait. Undo all that. Make the chair smaller. We don't want the chair to be the focus. It's just where she's sitting. Now, I am drawing her general body too small compared to how the chair is. So we have to make it bigger. But we also don't want it to... the chair to take up too much of it. We'll get the right balance. The chair could be, like, much smaller, I think. We want her to be the focus. We can just increase it later. Okay, the arm has to be adjusted. Because, all right, if you see it, the shoulder, or not shoulder, the neck lines up just past the first armrest. So that's correct. Just past the first armrest. And also, it appears like that. If I do it... Also, it's not angled like this. It's like angled in like this, and then we go out, I think, a bit. Like that. This one's technically like angled like this. That's how it looks, at least. It's also because this is dipped a lot further down, I think. And then it's like that, maybe? And then this hits like... No, that feels way too long for what it should be. Okay, but it does like hit the general like area of... For her? Oh my god, I can't do this! Okay, it's fine. Lock in. Lock in. You can do this, okay? Something feels off, just make the adjustments, okay? She's a little too big for the chair. A little too big. A little too big in proportion. It's fine. The neck compared to the top of the thing, it goes to like here. Okay. And then this goes, yes, into here. We'll make adjustments later. Then we get into legs. Why do I do it like this? What am I doing? Hold on. Relax. I won't do the legs yet. We were taught long ago, I think by Comfy Cal, actually. It might have been Comfy Cal. It might have been somebody else. Taught years ago. All people have a general bean shape. You have to find that general bean shape. And then everything will be Daijobu. They have like a general bean shape to them. And then you just build shit around that bean shape. Such as attaching legs. The legs are too far down, if that is the case. Because they have to go higher than this. Like maybe to here, and then I could just extend this part out like that. We could deal with shoes and stuff later. Okay. Make sure the leg looks nice. Okay, and the other one is going to be like just peeking out behind the first one. It'll be like this. Hold on, wait. First knee happens here. And this one happens afterwards. No, wait, it happens before. What am I saying? Okay. Stop. The first knee, the one that's closest to us, it goes like... Oh, technically it's supposed to be right above this. It's not supposed to be all the way over there. Not supposed to be all the way over there. The first knee, it goes... Because it goes like... And then the leg. And this just goes way too wide. There we go. There's a lot going on here, but it's making sense to me, okay? I'm locking in. I'm locking in. I recommend checking out Ethan Becker's stuff if you haven't already. Has a straight to the point style. All right, I will definitely check that out. Ethan Becker. All right. Noted. Okay, and then this one goes up to here. And then beyond. And then underneath. Let's hide the chair a bit for us to do what we're doing. Okay. Okay. Arm. Goes. So she's resting it on this bit. She rests it at the end. So like about, and it's going to be in front of her ass. It's going to be like, that's how you do the general shape of a hand, right? I think it was the other way around. It was like this. It was like this, and then you could draw the fingers afterwards, right? Okay. And then from here, also we could draw her like, maybe? I don't know. Okay. And then from here, it's here, and then something like that. It makes it look like it's a sleeve when I connect it like this, but it's not. It's just like this. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Her thumb's not there. It's, you don't even see the thumb. It's just, pinky. God, I hate fingers. Worry about fingers later, okay? Those are like claws. We don't worry about the fingers. Don't worry about the fingers. Jimmy fingers. And this goes just into here, I guess. Okay, legs for days. Alright, technically speaking, it's supposed to be like ass out here, and then like start here. Or thigh starts here. It's supposed to be like that. Well, technically it's supposed to be even further back. Can I like rotate her backwards a bit? Maybe shrink her down a bit. Oh, shit, wrong way. Okay. And then over here, this one. It's just like connected here. The chair is not tall enough for what we need. Make it taller. Not too tall. There you go. I think that's about right. I think we still need it like over here though. And then these marks that we did over here to lower it down, just make them over here. And we erase this. Okay. All right. Now here, so we have the arm hanging out. This part we would erase because it would be behind it, I guess. Actually, hold on. All of this would be behind it. It would be like... Okay, wait. This was drawn intentionally to be the top bit. So it would be like... something like this. And then it closes in like here, maybe. And then, so technically speaking, there would be like also this behind it that we don't care as much about. And we'll say like the hand is something like this. God, I can't do hands. Can't do hands. Can't be done. This looks like a giant meat like arm. What is this? And then this is not how that goes. It's like this. I will fix that arm and everything else later, don't you worry. Okay. We'll fix the fingers and stuff later. This is the general outline of how she should be, I guess, though. Well, I guess it'd be like feet. For free. You guys get free feet. Okay. The dogs are coming out. There you go. The dogs are out. Enjoy. Okay. Now here, it's something like... Make sure I get the separation of the parts correct. Something like... Because you wouldn't see the... Well, I guess you would. It would, like, connect into here. The, like, leg. Or thigh, or whatever. And then it would just blend into the rest. Okay. But, like, in general, it's going to be, like... a little more here. Dude, the feet make this look a lot dumber. So, I'll get rid of those. These probably have to be extended as well. Probably need to go out more. Not so much this one, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so she's gonna be in the chair. It's gonna be like this. And then, okay, the general idea afterwards would be to apply the kurisu clothes on top of this. But we are, unfortunately, I think, out of time for today. Perhaps I will be back on later. Perhaps not. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself. I will talk to you all later. Is anybody online we can raid? Let me just check real quick and then we'll raid them and then head out. What do we got? What do we got? Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to hang out. We're drawing us with the art memes. It might be back on later tonight. Might be back on later tomorrow. Either way, we're doing more art memes a lot this year. So if you're interested in those, be sure to check them out. Let's see here. What we got here? Who else we got that's doing art? We'll send you guys to somebody else doing art. Oh. This person here, I don't know a lot of these people. we'll say this person who, yeah, another regular art stream, Sukaji Splats. Sukaji Splats. Go check them out. Tell them I said hi. Stay safe, gamers. Goodbye. Goodbye. I appreciate you all for coming to hang out. I'll see you tomorrow. Or later tonight. I haven't figured out. Hold on, wait. Go to your... Oh, goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Hey, Mel. I didn't see you with the pop-ups.